Here's the game.
He's got to go full again, I think. This field. Swing and a miss! Yorkshire are through! Yorkshire have made their way through the finals day. That is unbelievable. What a game we have witnessed here this evening.
1 wicket away. Hampshire in the air, and this is it. What a performance. What a victory by Hampshire Hawks. They know how to win quarter-finals, and quite simply, this is an absolute drubbing.
Drives this one through the covers. Might have timed it well enough for the win. It'll go all the way, and it'll take Lancashire through to the Vitality Blast finals day.
Yes, one thriller, one drubbing and one relatively safe passage through to finals day on Saturday the 16th. It was Yorkshire that defeated Surrey in that one-run thriller back there at the Oval. How they managed that, you'll never know. You have to ask Jordan Thompson about that. Birmingham Bears fell down against Hampshire Hawks. The Hawks winning by 104 runs there, and Lancashire Lightning booked their spot in a scintillating and tantalising semi-final tie against Yorkshire in the first match on finals day with their win over Essex Eagles. It is all to play for here. 3 teams have made it through. Who will be the 4th? It's between Somerset and Derbyshire Falcons to find out. It's Vitality Blast quarter-final number 4 live from Taunton. Very happy to say I have Lydia and Robert with me this afternoon. More from them in a moment, but for now, let's get to Simon Dahl and hear what happens at the toss.
Absolutely gorgeous afternoon here in Taunton. I've got Luce Deploy and Tom Abel alongside me. Who's got the coin? You have.
Heads.
Heads is the call. That's a head.
Yeah, we're going to have a bowl now. Go well. Cheers.
Luce, you're going to have a bowl. Tell me why.
Yeah, I mean, it looks a good wicket. I don't think it really matters. We were 50-50 whether to bat or bowl first, but we've been batting first pretty much throughout the tournament and been chasing well. So we're going to back our strengths and yeah, let's go. 6 of the last 7. What's been the key? Yeah, I think we've built up momentum through our Shani and Matters mostly. You know, Shani's not here tonight, but you know, Kami steps up today, and I'm sure he's going to deliver goods.
Team changes. Any others?
No, just Kami in for Sean.
All right, good luck. Go well.
Cheers, Liddy.
Tom, come on in.
All the best, mate. Go well. Cheers, and you, mate.
Having a bat, you've got to set a target. Surface looks good. How do you feel?
Yeah, we probably would have had a bowl as well, to be honest. But equally, we're pretty happy. Same thing happened in the last home game. I think, obviously, fresh pitch, looks a really good wicket. We'll be looking to put a good score on the board.
How important are these guys around the ground here at the moment, your home crowd?
Yeah, I mean, they're immense. They are all through the competition, and we've had a few quarter-final nights, and it's been absolutely unbelievable. So we'll be hoping for the same tonight, and hopefully we can get them a win. What have you talked to the team about leading into tonight? No added pressure, just keep doing what you've been doing? Yeah, along those lines, we feel like we've been playing really good cricket, built up some good momentum. You know, we want guys to play with freedom, express themselves, because I think that's when we get the best out of ourselves. Changes? Same team. All right, good luck. Go well. Cheers, enjoy the night, lads. That's the situation. Luce Deploy has won the toss. The Derbyshire Falcons will bowl first.
Thanks very much, Dooley. Yes, Somerset will be out there batting first in front of what will be a fervent home crowd here at Taunton. Robert, Somerset, they look a very powerful batting unit indeed.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it'll help them as well by being put in because it takes pressure off them. We've seen what Banton does here last time. They put a great performance down here. You got Smead, Rousseau, all the way through Lammonby, Gregory, and then you got Craig Overton, big hitting down the order there. So if you look at it on paper, they look far stronger than Derbyshire. But it's a quarter-final, who knows? Yep, certainly is. Lids, Derbyshire Falcons run the rule over them. Big miss for them is the captain, isn't it, Shan Masood?
Yeah, obviously that's a massive blow for them. Over 500 runs in the tournament, a decent strike rate as well. So Harry Kane comes in and gets his opportunity at the top. Hilton Cartwright comes in as the overseas replacement. So not a like for like. He can bat, he can bowl, covers all bases. Wayne Madsen, obviously, he's been in great form. I'm sure we'll talk a lot about him. But I think people like him this evening for Derbyshire will have to step up, and George Scrimshaw as well. I think he's been a massive find of the tournament. For people who didn't know him, they certainly know him now.
Yeah, well, and they will know about him this evening if he picks up early wickets here. Robert, we've spoken a little bit already about Somerset and their batting power. They've got some incredible young players. I mean, George Lammonby is one that springs to mind. But what about Will Smead? He has had an extraordinary rise and still hasn't played a first-class game as yet.
No, absolutely, and I think maybe he won't want to for a little while because he's getting so much success. He's a type of player. He's got very powerful. If you look at his stature, you know, he's very muscly. He's sort of the typical modern young player coming into the game. Not lots of footwork, but trusts the surface. I think he does benefit from playing down here at Taunton because historically it is a very, very true wicket. You can trust the bounce, and again, there's some movement, but not lots. He does back his strength. He does back his timing, and I think he's very clear in the role that he's asked to play in the side. He's told to go out there, don't block many balls, hit it as far as you can, get as big a strike rate as possible and get as many runs as possible. It's pretty clear, it's pretty simple, and it's working so far for him.
Yeah, he certainly is an incredible young striker. I've used the term he's got biceps the size of Bournemouth, Lydia, and they're also talking about going out and enjoying themselves. Where have we heard that before?
Sorry, Butch, I didn't hear that.
They're enjoying themselves out there, expressing themselves. That's all we seem to hear.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's, you know, obviously when the international team's going well, it doesn't matter what format. I think you look at the attitude, you look at what the leaders are doing, and that can filter down. And both these teams have played some outstanding cricket, you know, leading into this competition. I think Somerset have come into this game with winning 3 in a row, and Derbyshire as well. They won their last 6 out of 7 games. So both teams will feel very, very confident.
Yeah, both teams flying. Another reason why Somerset seem to be able to pile on the runs down here is that they've got overseas players who are performing for them as well. Riley Rousseau. We're even hearing that he might decide to go back and play for South Africa again. But for the moment, his focus is very much on Somerset.
Yeah, absolutely. It's amazing how many players come to Somerset as batsmen and think they want another go at it because they can trust the bounce. Again, a player with lots and lots of experience. Don't underestimate that. Comes in more towards the middle order, can take his side home. Not a lot of footwork. Again, looks for angles, predetermines a lot, and backs his power. Gets into a good power position when he strikes. Well, then no ground really is too big for him to clear the road. Hits so many sixes here this year, right, compared to his history within the game, so it tells you something the way he is. He's very confident. He looked to dominate tonight, just like every other batter really, Mark.
Yeah, there's plenty of glistening muscle on show from both sides, but it's not just about the batting for Somerset. Here are the numbers for Riley Rousseau, quite astonishing in terms of the blast this year, but it's not just the batters. They've got some fellas who absolutely know how to handle themselves as far as it comes to having ball in hand as well. Have a listen.
Peter Siddle alongside me, Australian legend. Sids, thanks for joining. You're enjoying your time in Somerset?
Yeah, I am so far. It's obviously been a good season, especially in the T20 format. Quarter-final night at home. What more could you ask for?
You have county experience, obviously playing for Essex. What drew you down to Somerset?
I think just the opportunity to play more cricket. I think at Essex, obviously I was playing 4-day cricket. But yeah, I haven't got long left. I'm only getting older, so the opportunity, to play T20, play the Royal London at the back end as well, drew me down here. They've been a successful club over the years, and hopefully, we can get something this year.
Is there more to your role here than just bowling overs in terms of leadership and mentoring the youngsters?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's been part of my role the last few seasons in any team that I've played for. I just want to see this younger generation come through and hopefully take my spot and and represent their country, whether that is in England or even back home in Australia. So it's just trying to pass on as much knowledge as I can, and just watch those guys progress and develop. And I think we've seen that this year. The boys are coming along well.
There's some very exciting young players here. Somerset. What about the viewers at home? Who can they look out for this evening?
I think the opening batters for us. I think they're the exciting ones. Bance probably hasn't been up to his standard. He'll admit that first thing. But young Smeedy, I think seeing him go about his business, the way he scores, how fast he scores, loves hitting it out over the ropes here. They're the two exciting ones, and I think the bowling attack, all as one, is a strong core. So, we've got a lot of exciting players through that middle order. It's going to be an exciting night.
Derbyshire missing their overseas pro, Shan Masood. How difficult is it to not look at the opposition and focus on your own game?
I think that's the good thing about playing at home is you know the conditions, you know what the pass score is, and you know what works here. So I think for us it's just about the things that'll work this season for us, go about our business that way, and just worry about our own cricket. And I think if we do that,
doesn't matter who we're playing, that we'll have the success.
You said you're not getting any younger, not much time left. What's driving you to still go out and bowl day in, day out, whether it be here in county cricket or back home in Australia, especially Australia on those hard tracks?
I think it's just, I just want to win trophies, and I think, that's the big thing, win trophies, and as long as I can keep performing, I'll continue to play, but there's not a hell of a lot long left in me, that's for sure. But hopefully in the next year or so I can get a trophy, whether it's here, whether it's back home, and then I can call it a day. But had an amazing career, I've enjoyed it, but still want a couple more trophies to finish off.
Good man, well we're enjoying you over here, and keep up the good work. Good luck tonight.
Cheers, guys.
Yep, still a fierce competitor, Peter Sizzle. Lydia, they've got a lot of experienced players in this lineup, as well as the youngsters like Smead and Banton and Coleman. You're thinking of Lewis Gregory, Craig Overton. The bowling lineup really takes care of itself, despite playing on good pitches down here. Yeah, that counts for a lot, especially when you're playing on excellent batting wickets here at Taunton. I think it's the highest scoring ground in the history of the competition. So to have someone like Peter Siddle in your ranks to turn upon, to throw the ball to is massive. And even though he's retired from international cricket back in 2019, he's still delivering the goods, still playing around the world. I think I was listening to him chat actually. He said he's turned vegan back in 2012, and that's why he's been able to play for so long. So any cricketer listening who wants to carry on playing, that's the answer apparently. Loves a banana. Speaking of which, Rollo van der Merwe's still going, and he's still burning as competitively as ever.
Yeah, absolutely, and I think the way that T20 cricket is going, all cricket actually, it's important the bowlers find a way, because batsmen are dominating ball.
Right, well, the Derbyshire fans follow him everywhere with great hope, and we will get a chance to pick the brains and hear the thoughts of the great man that is Mickey Arthur.
Well, Mickey Arthur, thanks so much for joining us. 6 from 7 of late in the blast for Derbyshire. What's been the turnaround? What's been the change?
Well, I think Dooley, we've played collectively as a team, and we've played very well as a team. We know that we've got to bring our A game to every game. We know we're very much a sum of all parts side. We know that if every guy does their role and does their role clearly, it gives us a real good chance in the game. And I mean, we've had some outstanding performances, but collectively, everyone has played a part.
Now, you have travelled the world, coached 4 international sides. This is your first stint at county cricket. How do you like it? What are you enjoying about it, and what's different?
I'm loving county cricket. The day-to-day grind. I love the romance of coming to Derbyshire, a county that was probably at a little bit of a low. I've loved trying to build it up, trying to create structures, trying to put a jigsaw puzzle of players together and to try and get some sustainable success. So I'm loving every minute of it. It's a great county. It's a really ambitious county. Great supporters, great members, and it's a pleasure to be part of it at the moment.
How do you do it? I mean, what's your philosophy? And is it different from coaching an international side?
Well, the mechanics of coaching stay exactly the same, in terms of the standards, in terms of our non-negotiables, in terms of how I expect the players to prep and how I expect them to turn up every day, is exactly the same. You can never compromise on those to try and get that sustainable success. But obviously the day-to-day grind, you've got to be a little bit more flexible in your training, you've got to be a little bit more flexible in your coaching. You've got to be probably a little bit more flexible in terms of how you prepare the team for all the 3 different competitions, which come pretty quick. But it's one that I love. I love being around a cricket ground, just like you. Yeah. Every day of my life, I love it.
It's not bad, is it? We're pretty fortunate to do what we both do. The blast, and 2019 Derby went to the finals. This would be the second time if you get across the line today. What would it mean to you, to the franchise, to Derbyshire?
It would mean a massive amount to the county. Mean a massive amount. I mean, the support we've had down at the Ancora County Ground has been phenomenal. Just to see the smile on the members' faces, and if we've got to play really well, let's make no mistake about it. So let's not get ahead of ourselves here. But if we get a win tonight, I know how proud the people of Derbyshire are going to be, and that makes myself happy, and I know how much it's going to mean to the playing group, which is great.
Are you mellowing a little bit more in your coaching time? I mean, look, I've watched you for years, Mickey. We've seen you get animated. We know what goes on, and we know how tough it can be. Are you mellowing a little bit more in your latter years? years? But you still live every ball?
No, I live every ball. I do. I've got to be honest. Yeah, there's still a couple of stuff that happens in the dressing room. Kick the odd can now and again, but that's all part of the journey, and I love it. I think one of the keys to managing and to coaching is how you manage your players and the relationship you have with your players, and that's based on trust and honesty. They want to share the journey with you, and they want to be reaching for a vision. And if you marry all that together, I always say sometimes you're the headmaster, sometimes you're the dad, sometimes you're the big brother, and sometimes you're the friend. And those are our relationships that are very special to me in our dressing room.
Oh, it's great to see you here, Mickey. Good luck tonight. It's a great occasion, beautiful weather. Go well.
Thanks, Dooley. Always good seeing you.
He's a man full of sunshine, much like the ground down here at Taunton. He is the original cricket badger, and he loves it. Every single day he's involved with the sport of cricket. He is enjoying himself and he loves working with players.
Yeah, fair play to him, because coaching for as long as he has done, you need a lot of energy because it's wearing. But I think his project here, and what I can see from watching how he's gone about it, is to bring attitude to this Derbyshire dressing room, because with the greatest amount of respect, they haven't been a team that's been competing at the sharp end of trophies, and it's very easy to fall into the slump of, this is where we'll end up again at the start of every season and the end of every season. That's where we're going to be. So I think part of his job here, a big part of it, is actually to get those players in that dressing room with a bit more attitude and feeling like they're going to ruffle a few feathers, and that's what they're going to have to do tonight.
Yeah, well, I think they've got a gentleman in their ranks in George Scrimshaw who does exactly that. I mean, he's a guy that is perhaps unknown, unheralded outside of Derby, but he's really taken this competition by the scruff of the neck, Lydia.
He really has, and it's so well deserved. He's obviously got called up to the England Lions. He's been picked up in the hundreds, and just from watching him throughout this competition, he's got brilliant characteristics. He likes bowling at the tough parts of the game. He doesn't mind bowling at the death. He doesn't mind bowling at set batters. He's tall, he's got long levers, he bowls at awkward length because of his height, and so it's challenging sometimes for batters to get after him. So to see a player like him to come through and get his opportunity in the England Lions squad as well is fantastic.
Terrific stuff, yeah, absolutely right. Will Smead, Tom Abel, Tom Banton, there's a few Somerset names in there as well. Great to see the likes of Jake Lintott in there, but very, very well done to George Scrimshaw. It's a terrific achievement from him. Robert, I'm interested to hear from you about Matty McKiernan. A leg break bowler who's gone really well. I know the pitches at Derby tend to have a little bit of kick and a little bit of bounce, and he has really profited from that as well.
Absolutely, he's got on a roll early on. He's picked up 17 wickets. And an economy rate that's very good as well, and we've all seen how well and how important spin bowlers are to teams throughout the tournament. He's doing well. He keeps it wicket to wicket, and his height. We're all looking for points of difference, and why are certain bowlers more awkward than others? And you need to have something a little bit more different than what the standard bowler does. He bowls a leggy, he bowls a googly, keeps it inside the line of the stumps, and he's done well.
Okay, well, the Derbyshire players are just making their way down to the dugout. We've had crowds looping around the ground here at Taunton. They've been talking about it all day in town. The weather down here is quite spectacular. They will tell you down here that this place is the home of county cricket in England. And on nights like this, you wouldn't argue with them. So it's all up to play for. We've got 3 of the semi-finals already decided. Hampshire await the winners of this one here, Somerset against Derbyshire. You've got the perfect conditions for it. The pitch looks to be very, very decent indeed. This is, of course, the 6 years ground in Blast cricket. Let's see how they get on in what should be an absolute belter.
Stunning afternoon evening in Taunton, and we await this 4th quarter-final in the Vitality Blast. A sold-out ground here in Taunton awaits us, the Somerset County Cricket Ground. 3 down, 1 to go. Yorkshire, Hampshire and Lancashire all through to finals day in the Vitality Blast. Who will join them? The Derbyshire Falcons or the home side, Somerset? Luce Deploy won the toss for Derbyshire. He elected to field first, so it will be all about that Somerset top order. Tom Banton at the top with Will Smeed, who is extremely powerful, aggressive young man at the top of the order. Riley Rousseau, the skipper Tom Abel, Lammonby, Gregory Green, Van der Merwe, Overton, Davey and Siddle for Somerset, and the Falcons with Kame, Reese and Madsen, the skipper deploy, Hilton, Cartwright, Brooke, Guest, Hughes, McKinnon and Aitchison, Watt and Scrimshaw round out the Derbyshire Falcons lineup tonight. Alongside me, we've got a great lineup for you as well. Lydia Greenway, Mark Butcher, of course Robert Croft, and the man next to me to take you through the first 5 overs, Niall O'Brien. A very good evening to you.
Evening, Dooley. Evening, everybody. Cracking atmosphere. Wonderful venue. The most perfect conditions for an epic T20 encounter. All to play for. Finals day on the line. This young man, George Scrimshaw, has had a really good summer. This is what we like to see. Delivered in style. 2 umpires this evening. Ben Debenham and Neil Mallender will be officiating. You cannot ask for better conditions for T20 cricket. The surface is always brilliant. Will Smeed, wonderful stroke maker, hard hitter, powerful. 4 scores in the 90s this year in T20 cricket all around the world. PSL, Somerset. But George Scrimshaw Dooley's had a really good campaign. Picked up this week by the Welsh Fire and the 100 wild card, so he's had a really good week. He's hoping to, well, end the week in style.
Yep, looking stylish as well. The big man coming down the slight hill here, the Somerset County Cricket Ground, in gorgeous sunshine, around about 29 degrees, 28, 29 degrees as we lead into the early part of this evening, and set to go. Starts with a short one, maybe too short as well, I think. It will be. Starts with a no ball.
Don't mind it though. Statement of intent. We're coming to your home patch. Going to take the attack to you. Good short ball. Yes, it's a little bit high, but straight away you're making your intentions very clear. George Scrimshaw likes to bang the ball in. That's his mantra. That's his go-to.
Oh, beauty. Absolute beauty. Pace and bounce. Yes, good afternoon. Good evening, Mr. Smeed.
Well, what a beauty. What a beauty. Not put off by the no ball, the previous ball. This is an absolute ripper. Good pace, good aggression. Will Smeed does not like that. Keep an eye on the batter's feet next time around. Good action, strong, tall, aggressive. Keep an eye on Will Smeed's feet here. Might back away leg and carve it.
Oh, another beauty. This has got some pace in it. Walked out there with yourself and Mark Butcher prior to the game starting. A little bit of grass on the surface. It just will assist that pace and bounce. And this one has really kissed through.
No feet, Dooley. Previous couple of short balls hit Will Smeed, and all of a sudden back of a length, no feet. Lucky didn't feather it through to the keeper, Brooke Guest. One slip in play. Could be tempted to get a second in there.
Pulls this one and does not get it timing at all. Bruce Reese was coming round from mid-on but could not get there in time. And luckily for Smeed, he hit it so poorly.
Yeah, Mickey Arthur, you spoke to him pre-match. You say, boys, go out, start well. No fear here this evening. Packed house, everyone expecting Somerset to win in the crowd. Start well, make it a statement in the first couple of overs, maybe knock a couple over and see what the crowd, see how they react.
23 years of age, Tom Banton. Strike rate is exceptional. The average probably a little low for a player who bats in the top order, opens most of the time, 3 probably at worst. Some franchise cricket, but he's certainly talented. Another goodie, just in under that armpit. Great start from the big man Scrimshaw. Impressed with what I've seen from the quick bowlers around the country. There's plenty to call on. Swing and a miss at a wide one. I'll try and cash in on those, I think. Nobby, that's a freebie, short and wide.
Yeah, short, wide. You've got to be careful when you're fielding here at Taunton, because this ball, if it's flayed away, it's going to go down to third. So third is on the rope at the moment. I just kept my eye just in front of the pod here, was coming in. You've got to hang on the boundary rope here if you're down at third.
You didn't say it quite loud enough. I don't think he heard you. Oh, that is a beauty to finish as well. 4 without loss after the first.
Well, that's as good a start as you'll ever see in a T20 fixture. Aggression, pace. A young man bowling at the height of his game, full of confidence. No feet. Both batters with lack of foot movement. That's excellent from Scrimshaw.
Well, look, I don't want to get too harsh too early, but I've got to be honest, and that is some very ordinary batting from an opening batter. To be running away from it in the first over of a game just because it's a bit short and a bit quick. Not having that.
Well, you've got 2 ways of going about it. You stay leg side and carve it, or else you get offside and play leg side. Mark Watt, left arm orthodox, Scotland international, had a wonderful campaign in the UAE for Scotland and the recently concluded T20 World Cup. Keep an eye on where he delivers the ball. Sometimes balls at 23, 24 yards. Ball's flat, not a big turner. Good Yorker.
Seventh time he has shared the new ball or bowled the second over or the first over in the competition this year. So vastly experienced. You're right, he's got that Yorker. He bowls those arm balls. He's a very canny cricketer. Here's Mark Watt.
Down.
Swung away and might go all the way. The first boundary. Tom Banton picks it up.
Well, when you face 6 short balls in the first over and the next over is bowled from a left arm orthodox, you're going to try and cash in. It's a little bit leg side. Tom Banton gave himself a bit of room and Mark Watt just tried to fire it in. Just gets it slightly wrong. Banton puts it away nicely.
Oh, that's nice, that's nice.
Yeah, I think after that first over I'd have been tempted to stick with another seamer. Maybe Aitchison. Don't know. Reverse and perfectly timed. Has it gone all the way? I think it might have. First of the evening.
Well, this is the Tom Banton of 2-3 years ago when he burst on the scene with incredible strokes, offside, leg side, improvisation. Smashed this. Not even trying to keep this down. Only one intention, hit this for 6. Gets the length.
Well, pressure on Watt now. 2 balls remaining in his first over.
Good boy, good boy. Lovely fella. Come on, Wattage.
Good over of batting from Tom Banton. He'll keep the strike. 11 runs from it, 15 without loss. Well, I love the fact that the town of Taunton, everybody was talking cricket. You walk through the township, heard Mark Butcher talking about it as well. Everybody's talking cricket. Everybody's ready for it. It is so well known when cricket's on in town. We've got a gorgeous afternoon for it and an even better evening. A little breeze coming across the county ground here now, which makes for very pleasant conditions. Ben Aitchison will get his first over of the evening. The young man, just 23 years of age, Scrimshaw 24. Quick bowlers for Derbyshire. Exciting young talent. Gone underneath. Only be one though.
Well, interesting Scrimshaw out of the attack. Such a good first over. Round arm. Might get a little bit of swing. Misfield. Should do better in the covers. Packed offside.
I think there's a matting over that surface, Noel. No, I think. Would have been so easy. Swung high in the air. Can you get around it? Mid-on? No. No timing.
Yeah, it's been noticeable, Will Smeed, in his brief stay this evening, mistiming the ball. I'm just wondering, was it the unsettling of the early hit? This is medium fast, not fast, it's banged in, just rushing him for pace. Could easily have gone to hand. It's been a good start here from the Derbyshire seamers. Slip comes out of play. Third inside the ring.
He's a better player than what I've just seen in the early parts of tonight. Just get inside the line, take one. Tom Banton's had a great start. Get him back on strike. Get yourself into the innings. Don't think there's any need for that, but he'll pick up 4 off the glove, I think.
Yeah, Fortune, yeah, definite glove. Again, short ball, unsettling Smeed, but he gets a good result here. It's well directed, follows him, rushes him, trying to hit that way behind, probably just behind square, trying to catch up in it really. Gloves it over Brooke Guest.
Another swing and a miss.
You mentioned the grass on the surface, dude. Just, we call tennis ball bounce, maybe spongy bounce, but there's definitely extra bounce in the surface. Speaking to Craig Overton before the game, he said they like leaving grass on it just for that extra bit of bounce.
Cross seam as well. So the odd one skids on. That'll be wide. And the odd one just holding in the surface.
Yeah, don't mind that. Young man. Finding his groove. Big game. Will be nervous, no doubt about it. Maybe don't want to swing it and get it wrong. Cross seam, just see if the surface reacts slightly different. Good plans.
Just keeps having a go at this. It's another wide, is it? Not happy at all behind the stumps. Brooke Guest.
Well, Derbyshire not happy. I reckon Will Smeed, he's thinking I could be on 20 by now. I could have hit 2 or 3 over the church.
Oh, chance now. It was a really slow to get away. If that was a direct hit, it would have had Tom Banton in all sorts of trouble. Will Smeed's head's a little bit scrambled here, I think. There was no way Tom Banton was interested in that one.
And Wayne Madsen as well, all the experience in the world. Could he have gone bowler's end? Bowler's end as well. Either end. Don't think Brooke Guest could have done much more. Toe of the bat. Tom Banton ball watching. Will Smeed wanted it. Whether there was one or not, Will Smeed wanted it straight away. Banton was ball watching.
Yeah, good point. It's been hectic, but that'll be 4 more. Just clipped away nicely from Tom Banton, just playing good cricket shots here. And a boundary to end the third. It is 29 without loss. And we'll talk about it throughout the night, I'm sure, how lovely it has been this afternoon and this evening. Crowd are still making their way in from certain parts of town. Slightly missing the start as Matty McKiernan is into the attack. It's been good for Derbyshire throughout the Vitality Blast. He's starting inside the power play, so 2 boundary riders at deep mid-wicket and at long on, so plenty of room on the leg side just to tap it into the mid-wicket region, try and pinch 2 perhaps. Oh, or just caress it through the offside. That is better from Will Smeed.
Yeah, timing. That was the key here. We've seen him swing wildly. This is just timing. Gets in a good position, weight transfer into the ball, just caresses. Small ground here at Taunton. Once you get it in the gap, you get good value. That's much better, Will Smith. That'll make him feel a whole lot better.
Down. No. Good, China.
Better from McKinnon, just getting that one a little bit full, a little bit of drift. Not easy inside the power play. A hefty offside field that's packed. As I said, as two boundary riders leg side at the moment. And again, through the gap. Off the back foot this time from Smeed. 4 more.
Yeah, what a difference a couple of balls can make. Any young batter watching, if you're struggling at the start of innings, don't give it away. Hang in there and back your ability. So all of a sudden, Will Smith feels $1 million. 2 or 3 minutes ago, couldn't hit the ball out of the middle. Now feels absolutely great.
Nice boy.
Yeah, I'm just not happy about the captaincy. I would have had Scrimshaw back for an over, even if it had to be from this bottom end. Just one more, it's worth it. He looked like taking a wicket almost every ball.
Well, I reckon it's a pre-planned idea, Dooley. I think this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to go about in the power play, and they've stuck to it. I'm with you. Scrimshaw, brilliant first over. You know how crucial the top order is here for Somerset.
You've got to think on your feet as a skipper, don't you? I just think that first over showed that he was uncomfortable, Will Smeed. You let him get away, he could be in all sorts of trouble. And just continuing now. This is Tom Banton with a lovely cover drive, and they are taking to McKinnon.
Well, this is a beautiful shot. Tom Banton has got into his groove straight away here, Banton. Lovely big stride and long relievers, and hits through the line of the ball. And most importantly, got the placement, got the timing.
This time mid-wicket and all the way. That is huge. Into the crowd. First opportunity for the faithful of Somerset to take a catch. I think it's gone down. 48 without loss.
Yeah, beauty, Tom Banton. He's got into his groove straight away.
Catch it!
Right in his wheelhouse. Outside the line of off stump, so he gets a good access. Clean, crisp strike. Brings that bottom hand in nicely.
Catch it!
Top class. Tom Banton down the middle of his blade right from the outset. Well, you wanted him, Dooley. He's back in.
.48 without loss inside the power play. Got Smeed on strike again. Scrimshaw is back, goes short and a swing and a miss again. This is what we saw plenty of in his first over, Niall O'Brien. 1 for the over.
Yeah, well, he's straight in, aggressive, pinned Smeed early, made him uncomfortable, and then lack of footwork. Brilliant, aggressive short bowl into Banton in the rib cage, and again, no feet. Looked like taking the wicket any minute there.
Oh, I love that. And again, this is good stuff.
Pre-planned potentially, but I would love to see Scrimshaw, young man, still finding his feet, 24 years age, say, no, give me another over. Scrap the plan. I've got these guys on toast here. I've got good rhythm. I'm enjoying the surface. Both Banton and Smeed aren't comfortable facing.
Take one, get off strike. Better. Well, Loose Deploy taking over the captaincy, of course, because Shan Masood has gone back to Pakistan. They've had to juggle their captaincy. Well, that option from Tom Banton on this occasion, I don't mind that. It looks to me like Scrimshaw's not going to target the stumps. He's going short, so that's not a bad option.
Yeah, definitely. You're unlucky if you get bowled. If he goes for the Yorker and you miss it, okay, fair dues. Decent option. Tom Banton's very good at the little flip over 45. All the men up on the offside as well.
It's been impressive, so impressive so far, Scrimshaw.
Well, the highest scoring ground in the country, T20 Blast cricket. So as difficult as a couple of overs have been for Derbyshire with Watt and McKiernan getting hit, still done a pretty good job so far. These next 7 balls you feel really crucial. Just try and pick up one, try and limit the damage. Change of field, third up inside the ring, fine leg, back, deep square leg, in. Well, scrap that.
Yeah, I think third's going back now. He's just going to keep it short of a length. So unless we're going for a bluff, I wouldn't mind seeing a bluff. I wouldn't mind seeing a searing Yorker. Maybe Tom Banton will look to give himself some room, either leg or offside here. Crunches it straight to the man at mid-wicket. 5 overs have been bowled. Somerset off to a good start, 49 without loss.
.49 without loss. It hasn't been without its alarms. The home team are yet to lose a wicket. Aitchison, straight up in the air. That'll be the end for Smeed. It was not a happy stay, in truth, from the young tyro. He has been knocked over, caught and bowled by Aitchison. Derbyshire have their first wicket and the ground goes silent.
Yeah, it wasn't really here nor there, Smeed, on that particular shot. Wasn't sure whether to go full pelt at it. And in the end, wasn't commit to the shot fully. Nice simple catch in the end for Aitchison. So Derbyshire get their first breakthrough of the evening and leave Somerset 49 for 1. And Will Smeed is gone for 18.
Riley Rousseau, man in some form, he's out to the crease with 5 balls, 5 legal balls anyway, of the power play to go. 507 runs at a strike rate of 189.5 for the competition. And this is why he's there, Lydia Greenway.
Yeah, I just feel he committed to the shot really and really got going. We're so used to seeing Smeed dominate. Breakthrough.
It was a concerted plan, wasn't it, from Derbyshire to go at Will Smeed with the short ball as 50 comes up for Somerset. Talking off air that Somerset and Derby have never played each other in the Blast before, first time. And that happened in the Surrey-Yorkshire quarter-final at the beginning of the week. And Derbyshire look as though they came down and they've got a plan that's worked for them nicely in various conditions, i.e. open with a left arm spinner, pace for 1 over. And you come down here to Taunton, and we spoke with 1 or 2 of the Somerset players out there in the middle before the toss, and they said, look, leave all this grass on. The ball flies through for about 4 overs, 5 overs. And then once the seam disappears back into the ball, as the Kookaburra does, it just becomes time for a pogo fest, and you hit it as far as you like. Now, had Derbyshire played here before, and had they been in the know, then we might well have seen Scrimshaw keep going at Smeed, particularly after that first over.
Banton just got one on the elbow. Yeah, I saw George Scrimshaw at the start of the game. Normally the time where players would be in the pavilion just getting ready to run out. He was still warming up for his bowling. Obviously he's not played at this ground before. He just wanted to get used to it, get comfortable with his run up.
Wide!
Oh, it's through. It's through. You cannot afford to let the crowd get on your back here at Taunton. It's a very difficult place to come and win. It's even more difficult if you let them go through your legs. 50 for 1. That'll be the end of the power play. And the home side, without really dominating to any great extent, have got off to a decent start.
Yeah, about average for here at Taunton in terms of power play. Somerset. A few scores higher, a few scores lower, so there or thereabouts. Tom Banton in and going nicely. 27 of 15 for him. Will Smead, the only wicket to fall so far, just couldn't quite get up and running, couldn't find that rhythm that we're so used to seeing from him.
Catch it!
Now the man in form joins Tom Banton to try and kick on. Run rate up at around 8.3. That was the dismissal of Will Smead.
Ben Debenham with the tribute to Vivian Richards walking out the bat, just waving lazily that arm in the air in a circle. Signals the end of the power play. Mark Watt back into the attack. This time from the river end. Banton's had a relatively quiet time of it, given just how brightly he shone at the very beginning of his career, Lydia. Seems to have... is he on the wane a little bit, do you think?
Yeah, it's often second season syndrome, isn't it? As a batter coming onto the scene, you have a brilliant first season and then suddenly people get hold of video footage, they try and work out your game, work out your weaknesses. That can just stall you.
Nice, boy, it's nice.
Feels as though it's been... So he had maybe 2 seasons at the beginning where just everything he touched turned to gold. I remember him playing some scintillating innings down here in Blast cricket. He got picked up in T10 leagues and got a little a shout for the IPL. And he's put it down. Do not believe it. We're just talking about Banton and the lack of runs and the relative decline in the last season or two, and he offers up the simplest of chances to backward point. Oh dear.
Yeah, I think it's Ben Aitchinson there at backward point. Straight to him. In and out.
Down, Matty!
No, he gets away with one. But I mean, it's not saying that he's not talented. He's undoubtedly got incredible attributes, but just for now the mojo seems to have left him. No, too much too soon maybe. The accolades pouring in, he's struggled to live up to it, up until now anyway.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's that trajectory, isn't it? And at some point you can't just keep going up. You have to level out. You might have a bit of a dip, then you have to try and find a way of getting back up and staying ahead of the bowlers. At the moment though, it's going pretty well.
Bang! That's what he can do. The ball striking is so sweet. Maybe that little let off will light his fire again.
A bit of KP. This is who he was compared to early on when he came onto the scene. A bit of Kevin Peterson. That's a lovely swing of the bat straight towards the sight screen.
Yeah. Good boy. Good, Lulu.
And of course, to remember, he is only 23 years old. $65 for one. And having one or two technical issues with their scoring system. The old-fashioned ways are best. Yep, there we go. 65 for one then. Tom Banton 35 from 22. Riley Rousseau just easing his way into things at the non-striker's end at the moment. I mean, I suppose just continuing that conversation, Lydia, it must be incredible to have those sort of heights to go back to. You know, a lot of players will spend an entire career without playing some of the knocks that Tom Banton has played over the course of his time.
Stop, we can start. Yes, back up! Yes, yeah!
Brilliantly judged. Excellent work. It's not a long boundary out there, so the weight of the shot had to be perfect.
Yeah, this is very good running straight away. They knew they wanted to, made the decision early. Clean pickup. Decent throw as well. Just that decision to go straight away gives you that chance of making it home safely.
Wait, go!
Alex Hughes with his medium pace, keeper up. Ball will wobble a little. Ball seemed to just arc away from Banton's bat. Be careful not to give him too much room outside that off stump.
Good Lou! Back in. Good men, good men.
So another look at this then. Banton was on 29. He's since added another 9 runs. Mark Watt must be thinking to himself, wow, what do I have to do? Hold it from 23 yards, 25 yards maybe. It's an absolute dolly.
Down, Matty. Work, big man.
Yeah, it's a horrible feeling. You know, when you drop a key batter early on in their innings, you just pray every single ball that they get out, because every run they score is a nail in the coffin. Doesn't make you feel good, Butch.
Got an excuse for him though, Lid. The sun's setting right in front of where he was standing there.
Nice boy, good boy, good boy.
Unfortunately, the ball never got above stump height. I'm trying, I'm doing my best.
I don't think he's got sunnies on either, has he? I mean, to be honest, I can actually sympathise with that, because sometimes for some players, when you've got sunnies on, for some reason or another, you don't feel that you can always judge it. I'm not talking about that drop catch, because as you say, but she didn't go into the sun, but there are reasons why some players don't like wearing sunglasses.
Just checking for the no ball. I don't think there's going to be a problem there.
Fair delivery, lads. Come on, horsey. One to go.
Short, there are 2 men back there. I think you might have needed another 2. Rattles across the turf for 4, 74 for 1. Beautiful evening here. The lights are on.
Go on, Matty. Go on, Matty.
We'll barely notice. Clear blue skies. Packed house here, Taunton. And the town is alive with the sound of bat and ball.
Trim.
Matty McKernan.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Very good, Macca. Just a bit there for you, big man. Nice hit, Macca.
Right, test this. We've got the left-handed Rousseau on strike. Again, a relatively short drop kick into the crowd over the mid-wicket boundary. Know that he has a top spinner. Know that he has a googly. Which way is he going to go?
Nice boy, good boy, good boy. Good horse.
He's had a good blast campaign so far, 17 wickets. Throwing at under 8, which is pretty good for a spinner bowling in the middle, especially when you're playing on good wickets. Been an important part of the Derbyshire setup for the last few years, especially in the blast.
Yes, boy, we're bold, we're bold.
That's what a lot of coaches look for, isn't it? Bowlers who can take the ball away from the right hand, the slow left arm, leg is crucial, especially in this format of the game.
Hit hard. It took a nasty bounce out of one of the footholds of the used pitches. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? Particularly when it comes to young spin bowlers in this format. Almost the worst thing you can be is consistent and predictable. You need to kind of vary your trajectory, vary your line.
Good Benny. Good eight.
Sometimes bowling well and landing the ball where you want them all the time is not much use. You want to throw in the odd low full toss or
Good Macca.
half tracker.
Come on, Matty.
Particularly if the ball isn't turning. One thing about leg spin that offers batters top spin. The ball is spinning over itself, and so you can really get underneath it and bang it a long way.
Good horse.
That's an excellent start from McKernan. Just a signal. Easy for me to say. 6 singles from the over. 80 for 1.
Yeah, brilliant over, especially at this stage of the game. You're bowling at 2 batters who are getting set. Banton certainly set. So finding his way.
A few running repairs for Tom Banton. Somerset nicely poised. 9 batters in the hutch. They've got untold depth. They can afford to go as hard as they like from here.
Really straight away, asking the keeper to come up to the stumps. First delivery, 58 miles an hour. So very medium pace. Going leg side field out, long off back.
Well, we didn't see that from here in the pod. At the angle of the setting sun across the park here meant as we looked out of the hatch, we saw nothing. We heard plenty. Ah, there it is.
This was absolutely clubbed. Short from Rees, quick onto it.
Catch it!
You might not get away with that one in either sense. Just waiting to see if it's gone all the way. Neil Mallender is going to send it upstairs to Paul Baldwin. We're going to have a look at the no ball.
They might also be checking if this was a 4 or a 6 or if it was stopped.
It's a difficult one to tell, isn't it? He's not in his regular stance. It's clearly bounced a long way inside the boundary cushion. It's just the no ball call now. Judged to be a no ball. Hold on a second. No, I don't think that's right. Neil Mallender has signalled 6, but I think we might have to have a crossing of the arms here. Told you the sun was getting low. There we go, no harm done, unless we're talking about Lewis Reese's bowling figures. So he's been given a warning for an over waist high full toss. He's also given away a free hit. And bowled another one. Excellent. Got it in the block hole.
Yeah, this is the area to bowl, even though it's predictable. If you can try and get it full straight, get your line right as well, protect the leg side field, which is what Reese is trying to do. Long on, long off out, deep square leg, mid wicket.
It's nice, it's nice. Good, buddy.
You try and make Banton and Roussel do something that they don't want to do. At the moment, they're both going nicely. Partnership of 43, of just 29 balls.
Oh, he's got hold of that. Little short arm jab from Riley Rousseau. All the way for 6.
Yeah, this is no more than a punch. Hasn't tried to whack it out the ground. He's just trust his timing, nice and late. Stayed still. Everything nice and compact. Really good timing.
Good, hey.
Somerset on course then for something big in this final quarter-final. Hampshire await the winners of this one. Halfway point of the first innings. It's 99 for 1.
Banton 43 from 30. Riley Rousseau's off to a very good start, going at in excess of 200 strike rate. Watt, 2 overs for 21, will continue. A little leg roller on this occasion. Spin in the middle, spin in the combox. Robert Croft, evening to you.
Evening, Simon. Yeah, it's been a bit of fireworks at the start with the ball, and now I think Somerset are in a position where if they'd been chatting throughout the week, they'd say, give us this position, and we'd be very, very happy indeed, because it does look like we're going to be getting towards 200 from a Somerset position.
Yes, Wayno!
Yeah, spot on. I mean, you would think, you talk with wickets in hand after 12 overs, you can still double your score in a T20 match. There's always an opportunity for Derbyshire to pull things back, I know that. Chance, this might help. No, 2 straight and 2 well hit. It's gone all the way. Half a dozen more.
Yeah, Banton seems to have really freed up since he was given that life early on, dropped that backward point. Oh, this is a good strike. He just, he doesn't worry that there's a long off out there. He just trusts his strength. He pierces the field. A good strike, and he gets 6 runs. He's flowing, so Somerset.
Yes, run. Good boy, good boy.
Half century for Tom Banton.
Didn't look overly comfortable at times early on, but 50 of 33 balls. And a very, very good round of applause from this wonderful crowd in here at Taunton this evening.
Good boy, good boy.
Put themselves in a position here where they can just, someone, maybe even it's Riley Rousseau, who can just continue to go here. Banton can play as he's playing, keep striking around that 150, 160 mark, bat deep into the innings. And every batter that comes from now on can put the pedal down very early on. Push for 2 at least. He's timed it well.
Good health.
Excellent, excellent in the end, out in the deep. Hilton Cartwright it is. 11 overs gone, 110 for 1.
Catch it!
Just as he gets dropped, now he's plugging away.
Well, this partnership now 61 off 37. They lost Will Smeed 18 from 18. Not his best night, Will Smeed. Just looked to struggle a little bit early on, but these two, Riley Rousseau, Tom Banton, really set a great platform for Somerset.
Boy, good boy.
Yeah, what is important now is that Derbyshire don't drop their heads. It'll be very easy for them to do that because they're looking down the barrel really of a really big score. However, 1 over that goes Derbyshire's way. They pick up 1, maybe 2 wickets. Creates a little bit of panic in the Somerset dressing room. They could be chasing under 200.
I also think as a wide is bowled there by McKinnon, I think this is a 200 surface. It's a 200 ground. Outfield is pristine. Little breeze straight down the ground. If you want to hit downwind, it's a good pitch. It's coming onto the bat nicely. Get through that first 3-4 overs. He can make hay, so don't be worried about chasing 200. Another half a dozen. Another chance in the crowd. No, just behind the stand. And short of the hospitality suites for 6 more.
Yeah, Banton very, very quick onto this length. This is just back of a length, but he swivels his feet very quickly. Gets terrific contact. And even though it's a relatively short boundary over towards Cow Corner, it's a terrific strike and he gets 6 runs. He's happy.
Go on here, Macalad. Come on, fellas, come on.
Say don't be afraid of chasing 200, but I can tell you that Derbyshire have never successfully chased anything more than 200, so maybe they are afraid.
Do you know what? If anybody says don't be scared of chasing 200, I think they're mad. Because if somebody said you're going to go out there and play and you're going to chase 200, yeah, I'd be scared, that's for sure. Give me a 160 every time, Dooley.
Hammered straight, and 4 more. Riley Rousseau on the charge.
They're in power mode and they ain't going to stop. Whoever's facing is looking for boundaries now. The old days, somebody would have probably said I'll bat through and it's up to the other end to go hard, but no, not now. Both ends are going to go hard. Both ends trust the surface. Another 4.
And again, 6 more. This is even better. Such power from Riley Rousseau.
Yes, it's huge. It's huge, and what's strange is that sometimes on smaller grounds you see bigger sixes hit because batsmen are relaxed. He uses his feet on this occasion. He gets down there and he gets straight out to the middle of the bat. My only advice is to the spinner, don't look. Just let it go over your head, don't turn round. Flat and hard, 6 runs.
McKennan's been good for Derbyshire throughout the blast on most occasions, but this surface, because of the amount of grass, the hard nature of it, it's just nullified anything he's got. He's tried to pull his length back, he's tried to go a little bit wider. Nothing has worked. What's he gone for now? 44, 1 ball left in his third.
Yeah.
Tough.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nightmare of a place to bowl. Anything, particularly spin. It was not, when I was looking at the fixture list at the start of every season, one of the first you'd look out for was the ones you thought you'd get wickets and the ones you knew were in for hammering, and this was always there flagging up in front of you. Oh, can I organise a bad hamstring for the game down at Taunton, please?
What's up, Crofty? I got injured on the drive up from Glamorgan. I got injured on the drive up. I don't know why. Bit of cramp in the right foot. I'm not sure I can play.
Yeah, the Severn Bridge was blocked. Couldn't get across, Skip. Difficult today.
High wind warnings, apparently. Sorry, Skip. Swept hard into the gap, and 4 more, is it? It is. I think it's just touched the advertising triangle out there at square leg. We'll have to check this one.
Well, good strike again, picks the gap out there. Deep square leg is herring across. Great effort. Does he just pour it in? Do you know what? Let's have a look. Does he just pour it in? I think he may have just poured it in, you know. Wow. Gets a first bump at it. No, he doesn't get another one. Well, you actually have to trust the fielders out there, don't you? Gets the full Superman dive out. Gets the right hand on it. It just runs away in front. Can we see it hitting the pads at any stage? From that angle, it doesn't look like it hits the pads. Let's have a good... Here we go. This should give us a bigger heads up. Now the other fielder is going to come around and get into shot pretty soon. And... well, you can't see there, but I think you have to trust the fielder. He's the closest to it. What do you think, Dooley?
Look, I think you do have to give some element of trust to the players. Just ask him. I mean, we can't see. We certainly can't tell 100% whether that is 4 or not 4, whether it's hit the advertising triangle there or not. I think at some stage you just have to say, Lewis Rees, did it touch or not? I think we're okay. Just trust him. It'll just be the runs. It'll be 2, I think.
Quite right.
131 for 1. All right, Scrimshaw's back. 2 brilliant overs early on. He starts well again.
He's been very impressive. First time I've seen him. He's just got something, you know. It's obviously he's a tall lad. He's got a high action. He's got a bit of whip, and he's got that type of delivery that batsmen don't like facing. It's an awkward angle that comes up at you off the surface, and it's not your standard fodder, shall we say, that we're seeing in T20 cricket at the moment.
Oh, it's too far down leg, unfortunately. I like the intent, but the line is all wrong.
Again, he's stuck to his plan. Thudding into the middle of the surface and relying on his height and bounce. What I'd be interested to see, Dooley, is if he gets clobbered with one of these balls that he's bowling back into a length, does he stick with it? Will he have the, I guess, the guts to stick with it?
Well, he's got the Yorker as well. That's a good delivery. Nice change up. I like it.
Yeah. Well, that's nice to see, because very easy to fall into the trap of bowling the same ball or ball after ball.
Swing and a miss. Well, he's been the pick of the bowlers tonight, has Scrimshaw, and time again he's causing trouble at a good pace again, Crofty.
Yeah, absolutely. He has been standout, and he's caught the eye, and fair play. You know, he's very worthy of his selections going on further into the 100 and the England Lions. Fair play to the selectors. They've identified him, and fair play to them. It's good.
This one's pulled around the corner for 4. Didn't have far to go at all. Harry came, but he could not get there.
Yeah, and the first man who's really got on to that short ball, who's had the better of the short delivery that Scrimshaw's put down. Rousseau swivels on round his back leg and his front leg and picks the gap. Now then, what does Scrimshaw do now? Does he back himself? Or does he look for the Yorker or a change-up?
Well, this is a record that is very impressive for Riley Rousseau. That is his 7th 50 this season in the Vitality Blast.
Superb, absolutely superb. Okay, a lot of people talk about how good it is to bat down here at Taunton, but when you're coming from overseas, you are expected to deliver, and he has delivered. Lots of sixes this year. He's got a couple already here this evening. He's got a chance to get 100, you know.
Your leg by. And again, not a bad over in the context of the game, just 8 coming from it. 139 for 1. Well, he's been powerful at better than 200 strike rate, Robert Croft. It's been a good innings again from Riley Rousseau.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, he's come to the wicket, and he's not chewed up any deliveries. He's trusting his ability. He's trusting the surface. He's playing his game. He's not phased, which you can often find players getting phased at this stage of a competition, knowing the finals days just down the road.
Slower ball, that's at us. It's just away to our right, just over here, I think. Just over here. Half a dozen more.
Oh, straight into the farmer's field it went. Just gets the length he wants. It gets hied over into cow corner. Niall O'Brien nearly lands on my lap. Lydia Greenway does very well in sidestepping him. Whoop. There he comes.
Oh, even bigger away into the grandstand. Another crowd catch opportunity. They have been poor tonight. And Neil Mallander's arms are starting to get tired.
That's halfway back up the M5 towards Birmingham. What a shot that is. He gets a perfect length and he gets under it. What a strike. The way he just makes the height by getting down on that back leg. Perfect strike.
102 of 53 balls, this partnership. 150 has come up already. 6 overs and change to go. Slower ball, chance at long off, takes it. Does well. Lewis Rees with the catch, and they've broken this partnership finally, and it's Tom Banton to go.
Yeah, fair play to Alex Hughes. Gone 6-6, but he's backed his skills. A little bit of a slower delivery there. Tom Banton and Somerset have got a plan. They're going hard at every delivery. Slower delivery. Banton looks to target over long off. Doesn't get all of it. Slightly foxed by Hughes' slower ball, and it gets taken out there at long off. But he's done his job. He's done a terrific job for his team in this must-win quarter-final. Tom Banton goes for 73, Somerset 151 for 2.
Well, it was a wonderful partnership, and what it's done is it's just set the platform for every player that walks in now to be able to throw the bat at it almost immediately. .151 for 2, Tom Abel. It's a good record, average of 33 and change, and 142 strike rate. The skipper of Somerset.
Boy, good boy. Wait.
Underway straight away.
Come on here, horses.
Well, fair play to Hughes.
Come on, Yoz. Come
Gone
on,
for
Yoz.
2 sixes, the ball, 2 balls before. Slower delivery in this occasion. Banton isn't able to get it over towards the Churches. Good wicket there for Derbyshire. This wrestles a little bit of feel-good momentum back.
Yeah, as you said earlier, Robert Croft, you just got to hang in there. Don't let it get away completely. Another
Nice,
slow
yours,
ball.
horse.
Gonna have to chase it himself. Here, Hughes.
Oh, good cricket.
And that is really good running.
Yeah, good cricket, excellent cricket. They've shown how they've gone into boundary mode, but they've still got the smarts that if it's a good delivery, to just manoeuvre the ball into that 30-yard circle, just hitting it at the right amount so that the fielders on the boundary can't get in and stop the 2.
Nice boy, nice boy.
The timing on that one. So just the single, an expensive over, but a wicket in it. 16 from it, 155 for 2.
Actually remember a time, Dooley, where the game nearly didn't start because I was bowling from the, it's now called the Marcus Trescothick stand end, and I was going to bowl the first over, and out to bat came Peter Trigo or Marcus Trescothick, and I was going to bowl if Trez was facing, but I wasn't going to bowl if Trigo was facing. So I wanted to know who was going to face, but Trigo and Trez wouldn't tell me who was going to face until we decided who was going to bowl. So we had 15 minutes trying to work out who had to decide who was to say first.
We had a Welsh standoff.
Yeah, we did. I ended up bowling to Trigo, and the first ball went through the commentary window at the back there. So
didn't end well.
Catch it!
This one's out towards deep backward square, and all the way again for Rousseau.
not been a great night for McKinnon. He's come up against very informed batsman on a very, very good surface.
Down the wicket, down the ground, that is huge. That has gone a long, long way
Back-to-back sixes, Riley Rousseau.
That's in with the carp and the perch in the River Tone. I think they're going to need a snorkel and flippers to go and get that ball back. It's gone a long, long way. In fact, it may have gone over the river. It can only go for 6, I suppose. Don't look, young man, don't look. Has it gone through into the river? Whoop, nope.
Hit the stairs. Right at the top of the corner there. It looks like up in the scorer's box or something, up to the right-hand side of the Colin Atkinson Pavilion. Up there somewhere, little walkway. 2 from 2.
Yeah.
Somehow 4 in a row from the big left-hander down at Essex when they scored 254. Paul Walter. We saw the first 4 balls all out of the park. The crowd started to get a little excited during that game. Hasn't got it. He hasn't got it. It was there too.
And he's only got 4. 4. That's a letdown. The crowd is starting to boo because that was there. That was there to go for 6 as it happened. It was back of a length, but he cloths it, doesn't quite get it out of the middle of the bat, and he only gets 4. Derbyshire have got to try and hang in. Somehow just got to hang in because it could all go bad very quickly.
Oh dear. Okay, it's a no ball, and it's a no ball because it's pitched off the cut strip. So it'll be a free hit. Where's this? Yeah, no, that's pitched off the cut strip.
Wow. Come on, Mac. I've got nothing to say. I just hope he can hold it together. It's not a nice place to be. Hold it together.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That is another biggie. And this over is now really costly. 2 balls to go. It's gone for 24 already, and McKinnon has gone for 70.
Yeah, it's going to a similar place every time. It is. He's loading up the same length. If Rousseau could ask for a length to bowl, this would be hit. Be nice to see just something like a Yorker, something like that, just to try and change it up, because the same ball is coming ball after ball and it's getting the same treatment.
Well, he's got 7 runs to play with. Ben Sanderson, Northants against Yorkshire 5 years ago, went for 77. Quiet, please. Oh no, oh no. He's only got 1 run to play with now. My goodness, this is some quality power from Riley Rousseau.
It is. It's incredible striking. That's the first thing that is important to say, is how good the striking is. He's hardly missed the centre spot of the middle on his bat, and he keeps going further and further and further. However, you have to look at the other side of it. Find a Yorker, find a wide Yorker. You're loading up the same length, ball after ball after ball. And against this quality of player, in this mood, it's going to get the same result.
Go on, big man.
It's tough. It's really tough. He'll be feeling pretty ordinary at the moment, Will McKinnon. Got to find a way just to finish this off. Derbyshire under the pump.
We all have them, don't we? Perhaps not quite as extreme as this, but if everybody looks back at their careers, you all have that nightmare moment. And it's not nice to see.
No, you hope they bounce back from it. Last ball of the spell. And that will be the most expensive figures in the history of the Vitality Blast. Another unbelievable shot. 5 sixes in the over from Riley Rousseau. 191 for 2, 5 to go.
Well, we have just witnessed some outstanding hitting from Somerset. Riley Rousseau is in the form of his life, his 7th half-century in the Blast. He has been on fire, and Derbyshire just have not been able to find the answers this evening. It will be Hughes now, 1 for 25 for him off his first 2. And this is going to go all the way as well for another boundary, this time a 4 for Tom Abel.
Lovely. All the way along the carpet. None of this 6-hitting malarkey. Tom Abel just strokes along the beautiful turf here at Taunton. Unbelievable striking. Somerset out of control.
Nice boy, nice boy.
Top ball. Absolute gold dust at this point of the game.
Good dot, big man, good dot.
Somerset are on their way to an absolutely mammoth total.
Catch it!
This is why the last over, Banton absolutely, Rousseau absolutely tucking in. Matt McKiernan. And again, they just keep going. Riley Rousseau is on fire. He's motoring along. No doubt has got one eye on those 3 figures.
Yeah, beautiful from the captain, Tom Abel. He's been watching the fireworks at the non-striker's end. Easily get carried away, but he's just struck the ball beautifully. Lets it come onto the blade of the bat. Knows third is inside the ring. Just gets the gap. Perfect.
Goes again. Just a single. And that's the 200 up as well. Somerset are on course for 250. The current run rate, if they were to continue these last 5 overs, that's where they're going to get to, 255. And Tom Abel has played a brilliant role as well. He's come in, he's got going 10 off 5. And that 450 just coming in 15 balls. Oh, he's got all of this as well. This time Rousseau getting in on the action, moving in to the 90s. This Taunton crowd are absolutely loving it this evening. Niall O'Brien, what are the answers? What can Derbyshire do now?
Well, the 50 partnership up as well, and just 15 balls. Partnership worth 53 of 15. Can't bowl length. One thing you cannot do here at Taunton is a bowl length. Yorker's always an option. Take it out of Riley Rousseau's eye line.
Really well timed. They are going to try and come back for 2, and they do. Good running. They've also run well as well. I know everyone will look back at this innings and think the 6s, the 4s, but actually from ball 1 they have pushed Derbyshire in the field. That's the end of the 16th. 206 for 2. Brilliant partnership of 55 from just 16 deliveries. Riley Rousseau, 43 of them off 11 balls. Tom Abel, 10 off 5. What can they do though now? You've been there, you've been the one behind the stumps, probably watching when a bowler's been struggling, haven't got the answers. 4 overs to go. What can Derbyshire do?
Well, we were here about 10 days ago, Hampshire Hawks against Somerset. And Tom Prest, who made a very nice half-century, said at the mid-innings interview, Yorkers, that's the only ball that really worked on this surface. Even spinners, you watch Rowley van der Merwe later on, left arm orthodox, everything will be just flat fired in. This young man's been excellent tonight though. Scrimshaw, very impressive.
And continues as well. Not for 13 off his first 3 overs. And to be honest, earlier on in the innings, Somerset batters struggled to deal with the lengths that he was bowling. A high delivery point. Just wonder what he's going to go to now at the back end, 2 set batters.
Well, he's already shown he's got a Yorker. He's got 2 very good Yorkers in already this evening. He's got pace, so that short ball will be effective. Also as a batter, if you're not sure when the bowler's got that good bumper up his sleeve, whether it's coming or whether it's coming at your toes. So he's got that little bit of extra ammunition. But I think Scrimshaw's been exceptional tonight. Whatever happens is over. Tonight has been a real plus point for Scrimshaw in his career.
Third in the ring. Does go short, sticks to that length, should be out caught and is. And that is the breakthrough that Derbyshire desperately needed. Riley Rousseau had been striking the ball so cleanly all evening. And Derbyshire see the back of the danger man, not before the crowd show their appreciation for how well he's played.
Yeah, great knock, but brilliant bowling. George Scrimshaw again, extra pace, banging the ball into the surface. It's a brilliant bit of bowling, but take nothing away. Riley Rousseau, exceptional this evening, striking at 265, gone for 93, 207 for 3.
Well, he certainly set a platform. Still just under 4 overs to go. Somerset 207 for 2. Lewis Gregory, the new man to the crease. Sure, the message from the bench will be if it's up there, give it a go. Such a good wicket. Had a look at it earlier. Absolute road. Lewis Gregory is no mug with the bat.
Well, once again, just to reiterate, the brilliant bowling from George Scrimshaw this evening. What a campaign he's having. Bowling good pace, aggressive. He gets his rewards here. Brilliant knock by Riley Rousseau, but beaten for pace. And when you've got a bloke who's on, well, 90 plus, and you've spliced him, great knock. Back in the South African T20 squad, he'll be touring with South Africa, England and Ireland. Out of retirement, back in the Proteas side.
Play and a miss. Again, very good from Scrimshaw. Yeah, Riley Rousseau, he took on a deal, didn't he, with Hampshire that made him a cold pack player. That was a 3-year deal. Now he's in a situation where he can now qualify for South Africa.
Yeah, he came over, played for Hampshire as a cold pack player, then in November, I think, in the off-season, made himself available for international selection again. And his rate of runs has obviously got Mark Boucher and the selectors keeping tracks on him.
Hasn't got all of that. Tom Abel settle on the single. Things just quieting down after the fireworks of Riley Rousseau.
Yeah, 1 for 16 from 3.5, exceptional. What an evening's work here from George Scrimshaw. Everyone will talk about Rousseau and they'll talk about Tom Banton, and rightly so. Brilliant batting. This has been as good a T20 spell of bowling as you'll see all summer, whether the Blast, international cricket. This is right up there, highly skilled.
Well, again, this should be out, straight down to third and taken. And Derbyshire pick up their 4th wicket of the evening this time.
Yeah, good catch. Third, hanging on the edge. Ben Aitchison doesn't charge in. Holds his ground, simple catch, easy as you like. And George Scrimshaw, well, what an evening he has had. Exceptional with the ball. Lewis Gregory, well, it's a brief stay. Gone for 1. Somerset, 209 for 4.
Tom Lammonby, left-hander, hugely talented, best of 90. That was last year against Gloucestershire here at Taunton. Very, very talented player, all formats as well. Excellent fielder, on a bit of left-arm pace as well. Hutchinson back into the attack, 1 for 20 of his first 2. These are going to be a big 3 overs for Derbyshire. Just going back to George Scrimshaw, it's nice when players put in good performances at domestic competitions and then they get recognised, called up to the England Lions squad, also picked up in the Welsh Fire in the 100. That's what you want. You want performances in the Vitality Blast to be recognised. Wide.
Well, that's what the wild card was all about, rewarding people who have had good blast tournaments. The likes of Scrimshaw, Mosley at the Birmingham Bears had a good campaign. Ben Michael, Leicestershire, picked up by the Trent Rockets. He's a good cricketer, so that's what it's all about, rewarding the blast.
Well, this is clubbed length, mid-on and mid-off up in the ring. And Lammonby knew if he could get up and underneath it, to find the boundary. That's exactly what he's done.
Yeah, the word length there, it's neither short and aggressive or it's right up in the block hole. It's a good shot, mind you. Flat bat, just swatted mid-on inside the ring, and Lammonby's got good extension of the arms. Nice stroke maker. Loves leg side. Likes going over square leg.
Well, that's just a classic cricket shot down the ground. You won't see much better than that. Excellent timing. Didn't try to overhit it. Back-to-back boundaries now for Lammonby.
Well, these two batters are generally good 4 hitters. That is a beautiful boundary. Easy as you like. Trying to go full, maybe taking a bit of pace off it. Caress down the ground.
Well, goes again. This time he gets all of it, and he gets the maximum as well. 4-4-6 from Tom Lammonby.
Length again. No real pace behind it, no venom. It's the 14th maximum of the evening. Brilliant, brilliant hit. That's one of his strong areas, like square leg. Nice clear on that front leg.
Changing the field now. Long on's gone back. Oh, this has gone fine. This should be another boundary, and is. Tom Lammonby is hitting it to all parts of the ground. This time, just using the pace. And that is, so far, a very good over.
Well, it's raining boundaries. 4-6, everything's going the home side's way. 3rd inside the ring, mid-off inside the ring. Can he go up and over mid-off?
Well, he gets it again. This time he goes aerial, and the crowd are loving it. Another maximum. 4-4-6, 4-6. Another massive over for Somerset. 235 for 4.
Well, as a left-hander, this is exactly where he wanted. Back of a length, so you can just pick the ball up as a lefty. That's where Somerset have been very, very destructive this evening. That length and then in the slot. Too many balls right in that wheelhouse for all the batters, especially the Russo and Banton. They want the ball in the slot. They hit through the line. Not enough up in the Yorker vicinity. Very good hitting from Somerset. But Mark Watt's got to go block hole here. Left arm finger spinner, got a ball pace on with the odd ball, maybe wide Yorker. Cannot go anywhere near that good length area.
Nice boy, nice boy!
Abel looking for that reverse, short 3rd in the ring, point very as nice well.
Well, it's great bowling. Went for his Yorker, back to skill, went wide Yorker. Very good from the Scotland international.
Well, this is an excellent shot again, just a check drive, up and over, extra cover, who was in the ring. And Abel well aware of where his boundary options were.
Well, it's kind of shots like this that got Tom Abel the opportunity to go the big bash with the Brisbane Heat. Got franchises around the world purring. It was easy as you like. Timing. top class.
Oh, this time he does get the reverse. Didn't hit it cleanly, but he's got exactly what he was looking for, another boundary.
I tell you, it's a cruel game. It's a really cruel game as a bowler here this evening, especially. Mark Watt's not done a lot wrong here, able on the reverse, tries to arrow in at leg stump, tries to bowl him around his legs. Top edge, and it races away for another boundary.
We saw it from Dan Douthwaite the other day. We were covering the game at Essex, and he was executing his Yorkers, but he was still getting hit out of the park. And as you say, certainly is a batter's game.
Down.
An orthodox sweep, just a single.
But this is how Roloff and the Merva will bowl later on. He'll bowl flat, he'll bowl fast, he'll bowl Yorkers. Been a pretty good over so far. It's gone for 9, but it's been, the execution has been nearly spot on from Mark Watt.
But it's another one. How many of these have we seen this evening go all the way? I think we might have had our first crowd catch as well, Niall.
He's claiming it. 250 up as well, Tom Lammonby. His third 6. Mark Watt gets the length wrong, going for the Yorker. It's in the slot. You know what happens when he's in the slot. Good catch, young man. Well done.
Hey, good. Go.
1 over to go. Somerset 251 for 4.
Well, catching around the country in the stands hasn't been great. This is much better. Just about, youngster. Loves it. Absolutely loves it. You're famous.
Well, Somerset are on their way to beat the highest score in Blast history, which was scored earlier on in the season, 261 Birmingham Bears. They are on course for that. That was against Notts. Fastest 50 in the Vitality Blast. Marcus Trescothick off 13 balls. Lammonby at the moment, 31 off 7. Dot ball.
Change up, Alex Hughes. Experienced cricketer. Been around a long time. A lot of slower balls. Keeper back, which is interesting. Gives Lammonby the opportunity to charge if he wants.
Bowled straight through. Hughes going full, going straight and picking up the wicket of Tom Lammonby. 31 off 9 deliveries from him.
Well, it's great bowling. It really is. Alex Hughes. He's only bowling mid-70s, 74, 75 mile an hour. So he's just got to be so cute, so clever with his change-ups, and oh so accurate, and he is there. It's a great knock from Tom Lammonby. Beautiful innings. Cameo, 31 off, just 9. 251 for 5.
Yeah, he's played really well. Came in, kept the momentum going. As have most of the batters coming in for Somerset. An excellent wicket, but you just feel they're edging their way to a very good total. They feel that they can defend. 261 still on. Ben Green, best of 43. 4 deliveries. Well, that's coming towards us, Niall. I'm not too sure if we're going to have to duck. That's gone into the crowd. And there's another maximum. Somerset keeping the umpires busy this evening.
I'm fearing for my life in the pod. What a shot. Ben Green. Straight into the action, straight into the middle. Middle, please, umpire. Smokes it leg side. This is me.
Safe to come out now, Niall.
I'm hiding.
Come on. Got the sun right in our eyes as well, so it just makes it that bit harder to see where exactly the ball's going. They're just trying to get it back from the crowd. Actually gonna get a spare one to pick from.
Well, what a beautiful shot, first ball. Obviously nothing to lose, all the damage is done, but to come out and just take your guard and smack one over the ropes first up. Amazing hitting. Brilliant, brilliant batting tonight.
5 runs now needed to break that record-breaking total. 261 earlier set by the Bears. This could be the record broken, and it is. 263. That is the highest score by any team in the Vitality Blast, and Taunton are absolutely loving it.
Well, they know it as well. The Somerset fans, they know it. Record breakers here at Taunton. Highest run score ever. T20, what an innings. Amazing batting. 18 sixes, 22 fours, and this is how Somerset broke the record.
There really has been phenomenal hitting from Somerset this evening. All batters coming in and making an impact. And Green this time getting in on the action in the slot from Hughes. He stays nice and still, trusts his hands through the ball. The crowd loving it. Oh, well bowled. Well bowled.
Well, we were here a couple of weeks ago, and we were told the average sixes per match here is 20 for both innings. Somerset have got 18 already this evening. 263 for 5. Incredible, wonderful batting.
Well, they will come back for 2, and they should at least try, and they do safely. Somerset have worked their way up to an absolutely mammoth total, a record-breaking total here at Taunton. The highest score in Blast history, 265 for 5. The crowd are on their feet. They have been treated to the light of an innings from Somerset this evening. They will know that they've got 1 foot in finals Blast day. They can defend this.
Well, incredible entertainment here at Taunton. Brilliant from the home side. They were inserted. Tom Banton played superbly well for a 73 off 41. Will Smead missed out. Run a ball 18. Riley Rousseau, well, he was so destructive, 93. And then a little bit icing on the cake. Ben Green, 14 from 4.
Yep, for the bowlers, Derbyshire, they're all pretty expensive, but the standout, George Scrimshaw, 2 for 16 of his 4 overs. He really was outstanding on an evening where all other bowlers were getting dispatched around the park. He was brilliant. 265 for 5. I throw you down to Dooley, who has got a very special person to have a chat to.
Yeah, thanks very much, Riley Rousseau alongside. Riley, you just told me this morning in the nets you felt like you couldn't hit the ball. What happened? What changed?
Oh, I don't know. Like I told you earlier, cricket's a funny game, and this morning I felt like I couldn't hit a ball, and luckily the second ball that I hit went for 4, and I think that's just kind of got my momentum going. And Vance just playing it the way he did gave me like the freedom to maybe get myself in a little bit further. and then from there it was just carnage.
750s this season. What's been the key?
I think it's just I've had a relaxed mindset, just a clear mindset on what I want to do, and just enjoying the game of cricket, enjoying the company of fellow teammates. So I think all of that put together just adds up some runs.
Good surfaces, I guess, have been part of it down here as well. How good? Tell us a little bit about that pitch.
Well, I think it's probably the most runs ever in the tournament on this in Taunton. So amazing wicket this. I mean, we did play some good cricket shots, and we capitalised on some bad bowling. But fantastic to be and score so many runs in front of the Taunton faithful. Even
with 265 on the board, how important are the bowlers get out there and make sure the job is done?
Yeah, I know. I mean, the game of cricket's not finished. We could see something scary coming in from Derby. So, I mean, the game's not done. We've got to bowl well. We've got to take wickets. We've got to apply pressure. But the boys are up for it. We came in to put in a big performance, and we did with the bat. It's only half the job done.
How good's this crowd, mate?
Oh, it's been phenomenal. This whole season we've had sellouts, or 80% at least, and it's been fantastic to have the guys here and supporting us. And it's definitely a 12th man for us.
Yeah, fantastic. Well played, Riley. Congratulations. Good luck in the field.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
It's been a magnificent innings from Riley Rousseau, a magnificent performance from Somerset. They were sent into bat. They put 265 on the board, and it has been a sensational effort. Can they defend it? Yes, they can, I'm sure. We'll find out shortly when Derbyshire look to chase down 266.
We've seen something absolutely extraordinary here at Taunton. They have broken the record for the highest ever total scored in T20 cricket, 265 for 5. Riley Rousseau continuing his purple patch with 93 with 8 fours and 7 sixes. Tom Banton got things rolling after a difficult start. George Scrimshaw, it must be said, bowled quite magnificently with figures of 2 for 16, but all around him there was carnage, and the Falcons are going to need an incredulous 266 runs to win. Here's a look at the highest totals in domestic T20 cricket. Somerset sit right on top of that now, 265 for 5. It was only earlier on in the season at Trent Bridge where Birmingham Bears broke the record held by Yorkshire against Nottinghamshire. That was 261 for 2, but Somerset have put some daylight between them and the Bears. We've got Robert Croft alongside me. Crofty, we've seen some brutal hitting throughout the years in T20, but none more so than this evening, and it was a sustained effort from all of them, but Rousseau the star.
Absolutely. He came in and he just took to it straight away. There was a clear plan that it wasn't about getting yourself in, it was about once you see the ball where it's going, just whack it as hard as possible, and he played incredible shots. Ball striking was supreme. He kept going, and he kept going. Took a particular liking to the leg spinner, McKiernan, who, it's fair to say, had a nightmare of a day. But I hope he'll come back from this. It's very important that he does. But wow, sometimes the pictures are worth watching more than listening to the words.
I think you're absolutely right. The sound off the bat was absolutely gorgeous. If you happen to like that sort of thing, perhaps the lads and lasses in that vegan food sales behind us were not so happy about all that leather flying around. Riley Rousseau, quite magnificent, and now Tom Abel will lead out his men in the knowledge that they've done something very, very special here today at Taunton, but all of that will count for nothing should they not book their place in the second semi-final on finals day. Next Saturday, a week today. Work to be done then by the bowlers, although you would feel that you wouldn't be human if you didn't feel that a little bit more relaxed than you might be otherwise in a knockout game.
Yeah, well, what do you say if you're Mickey Arthur? Apart from swing the willow.
Chance to do something special, haven't you? I mean, that's the talk, that's the chat.
Yeah, well,
it's unlikely, but it isn't over until it's over. Harry Kane, strike rate of 126.2. That'll need raising. Best of 56 against Lancashire versus Derby last year. Craig Overton with 4 for here in his last outing. Finds the extra bounce on these pitches, particularly when the ball is new, very much to his liking.
A little bit of swing. Bowling with a lot of confidence with so many runs on the board. Somerset will obviously try and do everything right. That's a terrific delivery. Stands the seam up, gets a bit of swing, playing a miss. We didn't see too many of that in the first innings, did we?
Well, there were one or two in that first over from Scrimshaw to Smead. Didn't lay a bat on it. Of course, Derby haven't been used to, they never played here, never played in T20 cricket against Somerset before, haven't been used to a sort of method, I suppose, in terms of their innings. You go with the left arm spinner for an over, we go with Scrimshaw for an over. They kind of stayed with the playbook, and I think if I'd have been them and I'd seen that first over go flying through from a big quick, that I would have given him another one and tried to take a couple of wickets early. Flashed away, fetch. There'll be a few of those. There won't be many roars to accompany them.
No. Fair play to Kane. Just gives himself a little bit of room here. He knows that Overton's got a bit of outswing. He goes with the angle, pierces the field. No point chasing that. 4 runs.
It's off the back of the bat. It's gone for 4. He doesn't know much about it, but it makes no odds. They'll take him any way they come.
Let's see how he got it there. He's looking to, oh wow. So he's looking to ramp it down to the fine leg. However, gets himself in a right tangle, and it comes off the back of the bat down towards third for 4 runs.
Well, that might be the shot of the day. Nicked and gone. It didn't take long. Overton in on the act. Harry came and went. 8 for 1.
Yeah, terrific delivery here from Overton. Tall man, he's getting some outswing. Back of a length, outside edge. And an easy catch through to the wicketkeeper. Yeah, and Derbyshire lose their first wicket. It's a sorry end for Harry Kame. He goes for 8, and Derbyshire 8 for 1.
Rather forlorn looking Harry Kane drags himself from the arena. Man who's in wonderful form enters it. Wayne Madsen.
A bit of bounce, wasn't it? Just that bit of bounce. Yeah, don't worry too much about it.
Walked across that one. Neil Mallender says no. He's the only one that matters. They do have a review. Tom Abel says we'll have a look.
Third umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. The original decision was not out, it was a fair delivery. Can we go straight to front on split screen when available, please? Coming up on the screen now. Doesn't look like there's bat and ball involved, but can I have ultra edge just to check, please? Thank you, rolling it through. I'm satisfied that there is no contact between bat and ball. Can we go to ball tracking when available, please? Pitches outside and goes through Mr. Wicket. Neil, if you will signal, please.
Neil Mallender forgetting to finish his duties, but that's the end of that. 2 gone, 14 for 1. Again, heavy seam first up with this new ball.
Wait.
I know the home teams haven't won all of the quarterfinals. It does make a massive difference, doesn't it? Playing at home, Craig Overton said at the beginning of the game before he started, this grass, it just makes it bounce. So 4 or 5 overs, you've got to go hard with seam at the top. Because after that, it gets very, very flat.
And also in the lead up to the game itself, you know, you're at home, you're practicing at home, you're getting used to the build-up, because it would have been difficult actually when you think about it, being the last quarter-final, how the players and the coaching staff keep themselves in a frame of mind that doesn't sort of expend too much energy watching others play and trying to build up to play your best performance. And being at home definitely allows you to do that better.
Supporters of Yorkshire and Hampshire are saying, well, that's complete nonsense. We won on the road.
Absolutely. This one hasn't. Not yet, anyway. We'll see.
Just had Peter Siddle, well, we think it was him anyway, saying, this is ridiculous, can't see a thing. It's gone down to where Peter Siddle might have been standing. He'd come up inside the circle, and that's run away for 4.
Yeah, easy clip, wasn't it? Easy clip. Yeah. 4 runs. What sort of duo would we look like with these glasses on, Bush?
I'm not sure anybody's saying anything that isn't unkind right now. I mean, we'd like to think Miami Vice, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Which one's Tubbs?
Wow. I'm sure I could, yeah. I don't like water. Stay away. I was thinking more like perhaps chips. Remember chips?
California Highway Patrol.
Yes, Rand. Let's go.
And it's another good over. If you're a Somerset fan, that rate started off at 13.3, is now 14.4. 21 for 1.
Number 64, Peter Siddle.
Peter Siddle, 67 Test matches, 2 T20 internationals for Oz. Beautifully done. Beautifully done.
Very nicely done there from Louis Rees. Third is inside the circle. Just looks to just wrapped it up over third. He's thinking fine leg to start with, but just when he sees the delivery goes a little bit wider, says, well, I'll have it on the offside then.
I'm not sure if it was a cunning plan. It looked more like a long hop on leg stump. But as with everything else that's happened here at Taunton this afternoon, it has gone the way of Somerset.
I get the feeling it was a bit of a slower ball. It was back of the hand, short delivery. Fine legs inside the circle, picks him out. And then Rousseau takes a catch. Sticky hands. Louis Rees goes for 13. Derby Falcons are 26 for 2.
Well, another moment. Thankfully, Riley Rousseau is looking towards us here in the pod with the sun at his back. Good chance to see this for the first time. Ah, there we go. There's the ploy. New man in. 340 runs in the Blast this year. And he gets greeted with a nasty blow. I think that's hit him on either back elbow or forearm, and he looks to be in real trouble here. Things just going bad, from bad to worse for Derbyshire Falcons.
It's a sickener, doesn't it? Just when you need best part of 15 runs and over, you come in, full pace delivery, pace on, looks to pull it, beaten for pace. Oh, it's that left elbow, the back elbow, as it's accelerated into the ball as well, which compounds the contact. That is going to be sore. It's just about now when the physio starts annoying you and he asks you, can you squeeze my hand, please?
Yeah, he's in real trouble here.
Yeah.
Hits you there, you end up losing all the feeling in your hand. Describe it perfectly. Is the ball bounces on him, he doesn't really get into any sort of position to pull it away, but as his back comes down, his arms start to go across his body and he's moving towards the ball as it's moving towards him.
Sickening, isn't it? Just exaggerates the blow. So far from that area they call the funny bone, isn't it?
Hilarious.
Oh.
Well, he probably thinks he's okay. It'll just be a test as to what happens when he puts that bat back in his hand again. Terrific shot, that.
Bit of tape there to hopefully keep the swelling down. You've got to do it in a way that it doesn't restrict your movement. I'm sure the physio knows what he's doing.
He's going to try and get that glove back on. See how much feeling he's got in that bottom hand.
Used to be a time mark, wasn't there, where they'd say you don't need your bottom hand to play this game, was it?
Just a very, very light grip. Light bit of pressure between thumb and forefinger.
It's gone the other way now, isn't it? Just forget your top hand and just volley it over the leg side with your bottom hand.
Belt the crap out of it. Actually, it's sort of KP. We have to blame him for just about everything in the English game. Got him gone. The elbow was clearly not right. He tried to soldier on, but has just managed to get a feather through to Tom Banton. It's a second wicket in the over for Peter Siddle, and the crowd are in raptures here at Taunton.
Yeah, Deploy has to go to 0. Derbyshire Falcons 26 for 3.
I was going to say about the whole top hand, bottom hand grip thing. Kevin Peterson showed everybody that you could have a bottom handed grip and still hit the ball through extra cover. Just collapse the the top elbow and allow the bottom hand to go through the line of the ball.
I think you have to realise that some people find that a little bit harder than others.
I don't know what you mean. Right, discussions, Abel and Siddle. Tom Abel's an impressive character, he really is. Fine player. He's had his ups and downs as a batter, but he's a good leader. He's on an equal footing with Peter Siddle. Hilton Cartwright is the new man out for Derby. Zimbabwean born. Grew up in Perth.
What?
Not Siddle joins the party. 26 for 3.
Two wickets in the over there for Peter Siddle. First wicket, caught behind. Second wicket, I should say. Deploy after taking one on the elbow, which was a sickener.
Tom Lammonby, 31 from 9 balls at the back end of the innings. Didn't even need the ball striking of Craig Overton.
Thank you.
Just a festival of fetching the ball. Almost the end of Cartwright.
Cartwright just hanging back a touch there. Overton going a little bit fuller. Almost the perfect combination. Craig Overton, however, 4. Just looks to hang back a touch.
Wait, no run!
I know we're going to get people tweeting in and writing in, complaining about matches where there's nothing in it for the bowlers. You know that's going to happen, aren't we? And yet, Scrimshaw with 2 for 14. Somerset, quick men and medium paces are making it dart around a bit. Sometimes you just get a mismatch, don't you?
Absolutely, it can happen. And we've all seen it before, where the side that's got runs on the board make the pitch look totally different. There's a demoralised batting unit, there's a really happy bowling unit and fielding unit, and it just exaggerates the gap.
It's a good shot, it's a really good shot. High class for a Madsen, finds his first boundary.
Short arm pull through mid-wicket, picks the length up very well. Just pulls it through mid-wicket. Again gets the length, swivels quickly, picks up 4 runs.
Oi. Bit of bounce, bit of movement from Overton to finish the 5th over. 36 for 3. Change up here. It'll be Lydia Greenway and Simon Daw.
Two for 5. Peter Siddle bowling into the breeze, up the hill. It's always going to be an incredibly tough ask from a Derbyshire point of view to try and chase this score down. One of those games you either get close, see a great game, or you're just so far behind, Lydia. It's not an easy situation to be in. They have to go for it.
Yeah, they do. Required run rate now, pretty much 15 and a half. Yeah, you're right, Dooley. I think it's obviously a knockout game, so you're not trying to play for run rate or anything like that. It's win or lose, which I know is obvious. So they're going to have to keep going. They're 3 wickets down in the power play. That's the magic number generally. The bowling team get 3 early. You're going to go on and win. But the main thing is that run rate over nearly 16. On the plus side, though, the sun's nearly gone down, so we can see.
You can actually see what's going on out there again. I can see Peter Siddle's hairdo. It's just gone down. There's trees and a gap in the horizon. Just lights are starting to take effect a little bit. And it's been a fantastic, been a beautiful afternoon, I must say. Get away fine for a couple of leg byes, I think. for 1. It's got to be a good 6 or 7 degrees warmer down the south than it is up north. Lydia?
Hopefully not too many northern people will be listening, Dooley. Yeah, I can't help but agree. I drove down from the Midlands this morning and arrived here in Taunton, and it was lovely and sunny. Had a walk into Taunton. A few people, no doubt, in the pubs beforehand, very busy.
Nipping down. Neil Mallender knows it. Peter Siddle knows it.
Yeah, definitely. Full enough. Just the line going down with the angle as well.
This one's in the air. Should be a third for Siddle, and is very comfortably a third in the end. Comfortable catch out on that boundary, and Peter Siddle has been brilliant tonight.
Yeah, he has been excellent. Just bowling into the pitch, bowling to his field. Leg side field was out. Challenging the batters to try and take him on. So that's the end of Cartwright. 42 for 4. This is the power play as well we've seen so far. Derbyshire not able to get up and running. Somerset have been brilliant. We saw them earlier with the bat, outstanding, but with the ball as well, managing to restrict Derbyshire, but also take wickets crucially on a good wicket. It's really put Derbyshire on the back foot. They're going to struggle to try and get themselves in any sort of winning position now from here with the wickets gone. Peter Siddle right in the action. It's a comfortable catch as well.
George Bartlett, the substitute, was on the field for Somerset. .42 for 4. Gregory, the ball in hand now. Such a clever bowler, Peter Siddle, isn't he? All formats, hasn't played a lot of international T20, just a couple of games, but at this sort of level, he keeps himself supremely fit. I think that's one of the keys to Peter Siddle. And the substitute, George Bartlett, with a very comfortable catch. I think he's quite happy now too, Peter Siddle. He can actually see what's going on as well. He's just down in front of us. A bit worried about the sun before. He's had a good night. 3 for 10 off 2.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. Seen a lot of him here, but also over in Australia. Still dominates in the Big Bash. As you say though, Dooley, keeps himself fit. Turned vegan, we mentioned that at the top of the show a few years ago, and he says that that's really helped in terms of the longevity of his career.
Oh, what a beauty from Gregory this time. 5 down. And that is nipped and just clipped the top of the off bail. And Somerset all over Derbyshire here.
Yeah, they really are. Guessed with limited to no footwork on this delivery. Wasn't sure whether to go forward, go back, just got trapped on the crease. Straight through. Derbyshire, they lose their 5th. Guess goes without scoring. Derbyshire 43 for 5.
Well, Lewis Gregory now is in amongst the wickets. Exactly what you want from your bowlers, top of off, top of middle and off. Alex Hughes is the new player. .43 for 5. Brooke Guest the last man to go, and this was a goodie. Just playing all around it, looking to work it away towards a gully region, maybe down towards third, and clip the top of the middle and off bail. Yeah, you talk about Peter Siddle, 37 years of age as well, and still to be that fit, running in. Yeah, that's not a good look. If you're a Derbyshire fan, 16.7. Between 15 and 20 bananas a day.
Not too sure if that's a good or a bad thing, Dooley. Only a certain amount of potassium you need in your body, surely.
Surely that's too much, isn't it? I know. What does a whole box of berries do for you? I don't know what that does. That's Mark Butcher's third for the day. Not quite 15 like Peter Siddle's bananas, but carton of berries. Oh, there you go. Pete's been here.
What they can't see behind Mark Butcher is the chocolate digestives as well, tucked away.
Oh, it's harsh. Oh, lovely, lovely. A little bit of movement again. Just away from the right-hander. 7 overs gone, 45 for 5. They're in good voice here at Somerset this evening. Somerset County Cricket Ground here in Taunton. And the crowd have rolled in from an early evening. Wonderful night in store, I'm sure, in town. As we walk back through town to our hotel, I think there'll be a fair bit of noise on the streets as we make our way back tonight as well. It'll be happy fans. Team in such a dominant position. Green into the attack.
Somerset won this competition on one occasion back in 2005. That was when Graham Smith had the captain's armbands. And a few finals days as well, 6 finals days. They'll be keen to make sure they can kick on, giving themselves an excellent chance this evening.
Well, we've got vastly experienced finals teams, haven't we? Lancashire and Hampshire now, with next Saturday, will be going their 9th time to finals day. 6 times for Somerset if they get through tonight, which we are presuming Yorkshire, the least experienced of the teams going to finals days, but they were brilliant in their win over Surrey.
Yeah.
Way behind point for a boundary. Nicely played. Just to confirm, Yorkshire will go there for their 3rd time only.
Yeah, it's an exciting lineup. Really is, and nice to see a combination of teams from the north and the south as well. Last year it was a all southern finals day.
I'm sure if you ask the crowd that around here today, they'd say, well, it'd be nice to see all the southern teams in it again. But yeah, good mixture. A good mixture. I mean, 2 of the storied counties of the north as well, aren't they? Yorkshire and Lancashire. And then Somerset and Hampshire. Hampshire have been such a good white ball side over many, many years. Chance, is it? No, won't carry. We were showing a replay this morning, actually, Lydia, on Sky Cricket Channel this morning of, I want to say 2008 maybe. Rob Key was captain in Hampshire, captain in Kent in a finals day up against Middlesex. Middlesex got home, I think, with off the last ball. It was good to watch. Some of those old-time replays. 2008. Rob Key looking svelte. 53 for 5, end of 8 overs.
Well, this is Somerset on their way to breaking the blast record of the highest total in its history. They were simply outstanding, launching the ball to all parts of the ground. The crowd were kept busy, that's for sure. We had at least one crowd catch. A few went down, but either way, the striking of the ball was sublime. Derbyshire just didn't have any answers for them. Highest run score in a T20 ever.
40 boundaries. 40. 18 sixes, 22 fours. What's that? 18 sixes, 22 fours. That's 196.
Right, Carol.
Oh, I wish. 265 for 5. 2022. That's the record. Took over from the Bears. 5 scores above 200 for the Birmingham Bears this season. 261 Yorkshire, third on that list. It was absolute carnage tonight from all but just about all of that Somerset lineup. Just over. No, it's not. It is not over at all. Picked on one of the shorter men in the side, Rolla van der Merwe, but he stuck the hands above the head and hauled it in.
Yeah, Wayne Madsen just couldn't get the elevation on this occasion. Came in to this game in such good form, and he was looking to go up and over mid-off. A good option. He knows he just didn't get underneath it. Nice, simple catch for van der Merwe. Another one that tumbles for Derbyshire. This time Wayne Madsen goes for 14, Derbyshire 54 for 6.
Yeah, 54 for 6. It's all going wrong for Derbyshire tonight, but that, as I said earlier, can happen when you're chasing such a mammoth target. Don't judge their season on this performance tonight. They won 6 of their last 7 to get to this quarter-final position. They've played some really good cricket along the way. They've lost their skipper in Shan Masood, left a bit of a hole in their side. They just struck Somerset on a night where not much went wrong for them. Everything they touched or tried, probably outside of the innings from Will Smead at the top of the order, everything else was just exceptional.
Seeing the fall of Madsen again, not getting underneath it. Nice catch from van der Merwe.
Had a great chat to Mickey Arthur prior to the game. We played it in our build-up, and he's such a well-travelled coach. This will be hurting him, I know, but he'll also understand that this is not the Derbyshire side that has gone through the last 7 games, having 6 wins. It's not easy. It's a tough time to be a player and a coach when your team is in this sort of position. No noise there. They just have to remember how well they've done, how far they've come this season. They're a side that were languishing towards the bottom. He's done a great job. He's only been in the job for 8 months, and they will continue to get better.
Yeah, they will, and they have to remember those things. We saw from Birmingham Bears the other night, obviously got knocked out. They played some amazing cricket throughout the tournament, but that's obviously the nature of the beast. You have to try and take the positives when you can. Obviously it won't help this evening because all they'll be worried about is the fact that they haven't been able to get into a finals day. Run rate creeps up to nearly 19 now. Yeah, he's done a very good job.
Yeah, they won only 4 games last year in the Vitality Blast. There were 9 this year to get to this position. So Really good from Derbyshire. Just come up against a white-hot Somerset tonight. That'll help. Little boundary to finish off the 9th over, 61 for 6. "61 for 6" as the Proclaimers are out and about here at Taunton. Watch the spin. Green starting a new over. A little outside edge, a thickish one away out towards backward point. Riley Rousseau.
It was one of those where everyone shouts spin, just slightly overrun it. Well set. Not that it squeezed past.
Tell you what, a good throw. Might have had the batter in trouble there. Too high, I think, is it? Neil Mallender, former quick bowler. Can't believe he's 60 years of age, Neil Mallender. Remember the early days of him coming to Otago in New Zealand and playing first-class cricket. He was a terrific cricketer. Very, very competitive bowler, Neil Mallender. Just a little bit high. Not even he can give that out as a former quick bowler.
Yeah, fair enough as well. Green was interested, he really wanted it. Slightly high on the knee roll. Try and come back for 2. Settle on the 1.
I actually think he hit that LBW appeal anyway. Yeah, good inside edge on it. Couple of good reasons for not giving it out. They've loved his performance tonight. 93 from Riley Rousseau. Staring down his 4th T20 100, but couldn't quite get there. 7 runs short in the end. That's big. Sounded good, is it or not? No, it's not. It's not. Not far enough. I thought he'd got enough on it, but not to be. Away into one of the deep pockets out at mid-wicket. And Tom Lammonby wraps the mitts around it. Somerset get their 7th.
Yeah, this was a good catch from Lammonby. He was in the air for a while, made good ground. Nice and comfortable underneath it, stable, good fielder. So that's the end of Hughes. He knew as soon as he hit it, he didn't get all of it. 12 off 11 for him. Derbyshire 65 for 7.
Green's got one. All the bowlers outside of Josh Davey have got a wicket. 1 for Overton, 3 for Siddle, 2 for Gregory, and that's the first for Ben Green. Matt Watt. Mark Watt, sorry. The new batsman. Not sure who Matt Watt is. Bound to be one somewhere. Straight up. Straight up. Can the keeper get there? He can! He can! What a very good running catch. Excellent from Tom Banton.
This is a really good catch from Banton, mainly because he had another fielder running in from the deep 3rd boundary. He was always going to go for it. He had to make up a lot of ground. He also had to turn, make sure he could catch up with it, a top edge. Ball going away from him. Big smile as soon as it landed in his gloves. And another one for Green as well. So Watt's gone without scoring. Derbyshire 65 for 8.
That's big. Back-to-back wickets. First one, a good catch from
Lamonby out in the deep, and then a short ball, and Mark Watt, top edge, excellent catch, Tom Banton. There's never been a Vitality Blast hat-trick for Somerset. Can Ben Green be the first? No hat-trick, not tonight. Couple of runs out into the offside. Ends the 10th over, 67 for 8. $67 for 8. It has been all Somerset here this evening. They've put on a clinic, and they're a couple of wickets away, and we're about to see Roelof van der Merwe. Left arm spin into the tack. Niall O'Brien has slipped in alongside me. Tough night for Derbyshire. They can't dwell on this performance. It's what got them here that was so good, Niall.
Yeah, very much so. They'll be disappointed, of course, going home this evening, but they've been a credit to the county this summer. And for Mickey Arthur, echo your thoughts really from your previous conversation. Oh, it's going to be run out. Oh no, oh no, no, no. Typifies Derby, typifies Somerset. Everything going away at the home side. The end is nigh.
Oh, that's tough. That is really tough. You can hear the shouts of no, 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 Biggin. Didn't want it. There was confusion everywhere. Good throw, good bit of fielding. Excellent work from van der Merwe as well, just throwing it into the surface. Back to Banton. That look pretty much says it all. Aitchison run out for 2, 68 for 9.
Well, it's been a complete performance, you must say. Somerset, the home side, big crowd in, and a very dominant side. Were wonderful with the bat, and with the ball they've come out firing. Van der Merwe, watch out for that Yorker. Fast and full. Oh.
Good work, really good work in the deep with the throw. Just have a look at the running. Aitchison wanted, and no, you can just see, it's just, McKinnon is yelling, no, no, no. Had no interest.
Yeah, just to finish off on that point, Derbyshire, I think they'll obviously be very gutted tonight, but they've been a credit to the county. They've won a lot of good games. These are tight games that they're up against it. They will hurt, but they'll come back stronger. This has been a good campaign. Unfortunately tonight they've come up against a really top-class side, Dooley. Somerset are a wonderful white ball cricket team. Full of power, got pace with the ball, athletic in the field. Andy Hurry on your left, director of cricket. Steve Kirby, Tango they call him. What a good bowling coach he is. Jason Kerr, head coach. Very well run outfit.
Down the wicket, he gets that one away into the cover point region. Picks up a single, 11 gone, 71 for 9.
Well, it's been difficult for Derbyshire, but the man at the crease, George Grimshaw with ball, he was wonderful. That is a massive highlight tonight. Even in a difficult night, as difficult as it will be for Derbyshire. George Grimshaw on your left. Good pace, good aggression, and most importantly, good skill. You can have all the pace in the world and the hype, but you've got to back it up with skill and execution. They did that tonight.
Well, the last week, I've seen 2 bowlers that have really impressed me. Scrimshaw tonight and Gus Atkinson, Surrey, in that Yorkshire game at the Oval on Wednesday night. Good bouncer. I was really impressed with Gus Atkinson.
Scrimshaw tonight was exceptional. I mean, I know they're not the only ones. No ball, I think that's too high, is it? Gleeson, who made his England debut today, also impressive. The bowling has been exceptional. Some good, quick bowlers around. How high? How high? Very high. Who wants it? Van der Merwe, no chance. He was circling like bees around a honeypot and touched nothing.
Fresh air. So unlike Roelof van der Merwe, because he is an exceptional fielder. Must have got caught up in the lights. Very rarely does Roelof van der Merwe miss an opportunity. It looks simple. Looks fairly simple. Gets in too close, backtracking, knows he's in trouble right now.
The big man wanted it. Overton wanted it. Another chance down at third, taken this time. No, is it? Is it? I think it is. I think that's the catch that will send Somerset to finals day. The 6th time. We will make sure that everything is okay with it. The crowd have been entertained. Somerset have been unbelievable here this afternoon and this evening. And it looks like it's going to be finished in style, Niall O'Brien.
High quality, brilliant performance by the home side. I think this is fine. Bartlett, the sub fielder, tosses it up. We'll just check the feet, but I reckon he's okay. These youngsters are excellent. They practice this day in, day out. Left foot, good. Right heel. It's close. It's close. We may just have to hang on just to triple check that. But it's been so dominant. I think this is extremely close for the third umpire. Paul Baldwin to check.
Paul Baldwin is happy, and the crowd are about to erupt, I would imagine. Listen for it. There you go. It is the heaviest defeat in Vitality Blast history. Somerset, by 191 runs, have demolished Derbyshire here at Taunton this evening. They have put on a clinic with the bat, 265 for 5, and been exceptional with the ball, dismissing Derbyshire for just 74. One-sided affair. It's a shame for Derbyshire to end their campaign on this note, but Somerset, they now join Yorkshire, Hampshire and Lancashire at Vitality Blast Finals Day at Edgbaston in Birmingham next Saturday. And what a day we have now to look forward to. 2 from the south, 2 from the north. Draw the lines and do battle.
Well, you couldn't ask for anything better. 2 from the south, 2 from the north. Rivalries south and north. Who's got the stronger group? We'll find out next week. This has been incredible by Somerset. Probably saved their best performance for the quarter-final. Riley Rousseau won't see finer striking. If you watch T20 cricket for a long, long time, it's a brilliant win for Somerset. High end. Hitting the ball out of the park at ease, bowling with good pace and excellent in the field. You got to feel for Derbyshire. They've had a really good campaign. They've come unstuck against a good side who will be very hard to beat at finals day.
Yeah, can put on a batting performance like that again come next Saturday. They will be very difficult to beat. They've got power, Banton, Rousseau, Abel. We saw a glimpse of Tom Lammonby tonight. Lewis Gregory. They've got a lot of bases covered. And their bowling was exceptional as well. Peter Siddle led that along with Craig Overton, Lewis Gregory. It is not a good look from a Derbyshire Falcons point of view. But I'll say it again, the fact that they won 6 of their last 7 to get to this position, it was always going to be an incredibly tough ask chasing 266. They gave it a go and have fallen well and truly short, 74. Some good figures here. Overton 1 for 26. Peter Siddle with 3 for 10. A couple of wickets for Gregory and 3 for Ben Green. $265 for 5 off 20 overs. Riley Rousseau 93, Banton 73, and cameos from Lammonby and Tom Abel. And then Derbyshire Falcons dismissed cheaply for 74, Somerset winning by 191 runs. So we've had a great week of Vitality Blast quarterfinals. Next Saturday, the semi-final, Yorkshire Vikings against the Lancashire Lightning. That is the first one up at 11 a.m. And then the South do battle. Hampshire Hawks up against Somerset. That is the semi-final at 2:30 p.m. And the Vitality Blast final live on Sky Sports Cricket from Edgbaston, 6:15 p.m. next Saturday. What a day we have to look forward to. Been absolutely brilliant here. Record-breaking innings from Somerset, 265 for 5, 6s aplenty, 40 boundaries in total, 18 sixes, 22 fours. They put on a clinic. Far too good for the Derbyshire Falcons here this evening, and the crowd will go home very, very happy and look forward to next Saturday.
So you've witnessed something truly spectacular here if you're a Somerset fan. If you're a Derbyshire fan, then perhaps look away now. Somerset asked to bat first, made 265 for 5, a world record in the competition. Riley Rousseau with 93 in just 35 deliveries. Tom Banton also showing everybody what a high-class player. He can beat Tom Lammonby with 31 from just 9 balls. And in the midst of all of that carnage, George Scrimshaw, newly picked for the England Lions, finished with figures of 2 for 16 from his 4 overs. Derbyshire Falcons in return, well, it was never likely that they were going to chase it down. They gave it a red-hot go, and perhaps better they went that way than eking out a few runs at the end. 74, they finish up losing by a world record, I'm afraid, of 191 runs, which means that Somerset join their southwest rivals Hampshire in finals day on Saturday. Very pleased to say that I have a pair of captains with me. They're the 2 teams that have never played against each other before in Blast cricket, and 2 captains who will have very differing memories of the occasion. Lewis Deploy and of course Tom Abel. Let's start with you, Lewis. You guys won the toss. You had a set plan. You won 9 games in the North Group this year, and came down here with confidence relatively high, and you run into a juggernaut like that. What do you make of it?
Yeah, Mark, it's quite a tough pill to swallow at the minute. Yeah, it's happened all so quickly, really. But you can just give a lot of credit to the Somerset boys. You know, they rocked up today and outplayed us in every facet, which obviously for us is very disappointing, but that's the way it is. But yeah, I think we need to try and sort of take all the positives we can out of the group stage and go back to the drawing board, what we can be better in next season.
Yeah, George Scrimshaw was a massive highlight for you guys, and we sort of saw him very early on in the competition. I think your opening game against Leicestershire. He's continued to grow and impress, and has obviously found some international recognition because of that. That must give you a lot of heart in the dressing room.
Yeah, it's just great to see someone from Derbyshire to get a bit of recognition for performing well, and tonight he displayed some great skills. It's the first time that he took the first over, and he was up for the challenge, and great figures for us in the end. It's tough to think that he went for 16 runs in 4 overs. So yeah, that's tough.
I know it's all happened very quickly, but is there anything sort of even at the halfway point you thought to yourselves, wow, maybe if I'd made that call? And it's the first time you've captained Derbyshire, captained in any form of the game.
Yeah, I mean, hindsight is pretty easy. I probably think long and hard tonight about the certain decisions, but at the minute, there's, it's tough to stop a guy like Riley when he's going, no matter who you're bowling. And we probably let a few go in the field, drop catch obviously, and I don't think it was our best night in the field, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, even with that, I thought they outplayed us pretty much in every facet.
Okay, well, you've spoken very well, and I'll stop badgering you now, and I'll move on to this fella who still hasn't got much of a smile. There we go, Tom. What an evening for you. I mean, you couldn't have wished for better. Perfect weather, huge sellout crowd down here as usual, and you guys put on a show.
Yeah, it was as perfect an evening as we could probably get here tonight. So there are a few nerves kicking around at the start. Obviously, Derbyshire unknown quantity. Done really well, sort of qualifying third, and it was we obviously got off to a fantastic start with Smeedy and Bants at the top, because I thought it was tricky. Obviously, they bowled really well up top, and there was a bit of bounce in the wicket. But yeah, when Riley's in that sort of form, it's absolutely phenomenal, and he's such a world-class player, and he can take anyone down. So yeah, it was obviously a privilege to be here to watch that innings tonight.
He's in sparkling form, as you mentioned. I mean, I would never know, I'd never understand what it was like to be able to go out there and play a game that requires such a high tempo, such a large amount of risk, and yet be so consistent at that. What do you put that down to?
You'd have to ask him, to be honest, because he's been so consistent for us this season. The way he strikes the ball is just like something I've never seen, to be honest. He took a little bit of time to get in tonight, so I think he played the situation beautifully. And obviously that partnership with Bants at the top was huge for us. He played beautifully as well, which was great to see. And yeah, it obviously allowed sort of everyone down the order to come in and play with sort of ultimate freedom. And yeah, I guess when you put a score like that on the board, they've got to go from ball one, and you're always going to get chances. So yeah, it was an amazing night in front of an incredible crowd as well.
Just a word on Tom Banton there. I mean, we're sort of looking at his, his trajectory, I suppose, and he burst onto the scene as such a, with such a bright flame that it's almost inevitable that he's had a bit of a dip. How has he coped with that? Special night for him tonight. Got the chance early on and then was able to go on and make a score. But he hasn't perhaps gone on to fulfil the promise that everyone thought he might 2 or 3 years ago. Is that fair?
I think so, yeah. I mean, if Bants is a very honest guy, he knows that he's probably not had his best season. As you say, he burst onto the scene and produced some incredible performances, and then with that comes expectation and pressure, and obviously teams probably bowl slightly different at him, but he's been working away, and the last few weeks we've really seen the old Tom Banton coming back out. We just want him to play with freedom at the top, and look, when you get him in that sort of mood, he's a world-class player as well, and a match for any attack. So it's great to see, at this stage of the competition, Bant sort of showing those signs, because we all know what a quality player he is.
Just throwing it forward there, well, 2 things for you actually. Number 1, were you guys aware of the record? The crowd certainly seemed to be. And number 2, what sort of confidence does that improve you going into play against a team that you know very, very well in Hampshire in that second semi-final next week?
We weren't really aware of the record, if we're honest. I think we were aware that Riley was close to the record number of runs for us in a season. But look, in terms of our confidence, it's huge, especially at this stage. The pressure of a quarter-final to perform like that is incredibly pleasing, and yeah, we'll certainly take that into next week.
Okay, just very, very quickly to you, Lewis. Matty McKiernan, he's going to be all right. He'll be able to come back from that. Okay, nice, a bit of a mauling at the back end there of the innings.
I'm not sure what happened there, Mark. Sorry.
Oh, no, I mean the over for 36.
Oh yeah, I mean Matty's had a great season for us with the ball, and if I look back how he's bowled to left-handers, it's actually been quite astonishing how well he's bowled.
Yeah.
I think he's very nasty in the way he goes about it, and I'm sure he'll bounce back, no problem.
Okay, one of those nights for him. Thank you both for speaking with us. Terrific entertainment all the way through. We should go now and find out who Lydia has with her and who is going to be the player of the match.
Thank you, Butch. I'm joined by Somerset CEO Gordon Hollins, who will be presenting the Vitality Player of the Match Award with a Vitality Award and a Magnum of Chapel Down. A pretty easy decision this evening goes to Riley Rousseau with his 93 of 36 deliveries. Riley, come and have a chat with us. Just how much did you enjoy that?
Oh man, it's been fantastic here all season. Like the crowd that we've brought in here at Taunton has been phenomenal, and once again playing a massive part for us tonight. It's been great.
We were watching you down on the boundary as well. You seem to have a brilliant rapport with the fans down here.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like that anyway. If you score runs, the fans are going to love you. So I'm glad, and I'm very, very blessed to have scored some runs this season for Somerset, and hopefully it can carry on in the last two games.
Yeah, 750 for you this year for Somerset in the Blast. Just I don't want to say what's the secret, but how do you approach the game when you're in this run of form? I'm guessing it's something you don't take for granted.
No, not at all. I mean, every game is a new game, but I think I've had a calm mind and a solid, just openness mind to how I approach the game and play every ball on merit. And I mean, then it comes to a stage where every ball's a free hit, and then your mind's even clearer. So it's just about taking one ball at a time.
And I'm guessing it makes it easier when you have people like Tom Banton and Tom Abel at the other end striking it as well as they were.
100%, and even Schmido. Schmido's been unbelievable this season for us as well. I mean, they take pressure off everywhere in the batting order, we bat all the way down. So it gives you that confidence and that freedom to just express yourself.
And I have to ask you, because some of the viewers will be wondering about your celebration. Just talk us through that.
Tom Abel inspired. It's me getting down on my knee and blasting a rocket, because I'm called a rocket here at Somerset. So that's what it was.
Love it. And obviously the bowling was good as well. Someone like Peter Siddle still going strong. Just how important is he? Not because of his skills, but also his experience as well.
Oh, definitely. And I think a lot of the young bowlers go and talk to him for that advice and that experience that he has. Craig has been phenomenal for us, starting up in front, taking wickets for us. I mean, Sidzi coming. I mean, we've put in one of the complete performances of the tournament for us, and it's going to stand us in good stead coming into the semi-finals.
Yeah, so looking ahead to that semi-final, it will be Hampshire Hawks. How do you feel about that? Do you have a preference of who you play, or is it you have to keep playing the way that you're doing to beat anyone?
No, well, I think if you make it to the semi-finals, your team is really good. So there's no preference in who we play. It's once again, it's knockout cricket. So on the day, if your skills aren't up to scratch, you're going to fall out. So we've got to come up with that same attitude that we came to this game, and hopefully things go our way.
Brilliant. Well, thank you, Riley. Well played this evening, and good luck for finals day.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Well, the way he's hitting him, he's not going to need a great deal of luck. I'm joined by Robert Croft and Simon Dahl. Gentlemen, that was quite astonishing at times. That much of it that we could see anyway while the sun was setting. I mean, it was just extraordinary entertainment. And I actually felt sorry for some bowlers out there today, which doesn't happen very often.
No, I'm not sure I've ever heard you say that before, Mark Butcher. Look, it was belligerent. I mean, call it what you like. It was unbelievable hitting and consistent hitting as well. And finding the middle of the bat more often than not. Post that little start, I guess, Will Smead struggled at the start, but there was some brilliant bowling as well from Scrimshaw. But then this partnership, and Riley Rousseau in particular, the way he just came to the crease and just took it on right from ball one almost. He was going at over 200 after 6 balls of his innings, and he just never looked back and just continued. He thought he was going to post his 4th T20 100. There's his little rocket launcher celebration, which was talked to about Lydia Greenway, or by Lydia Greenway there. But it was just some real power. I thought he was going to go for 6 sixes in the over too at this stage. But you felt for some of the bowlers. It was a tough night on a very good surface, and they just struck a team and a few players in a purple patch.
Yeah, I had to ask Lewis Deploy about Matty McKiernan at the end there, because you know, a young leg spinner who's had a pretty decent season. He's been mauled by a guy who is in wonderful form at the moment, and he said, look, he's gone pretty well. He usually bowls well at the left-handers. He'll come back for that, no problem. Leaves a few scars, or will he be able to just pack that away and forget about it?
I guess time will tell, because that's not pleasant. I guess this tonight is the biggest game of his career, and leading up, he'd have been dreaming of having a day out where everything's gone well. He's taken 3 or 4 for, influenced the game in a positive fashion. However, it didn't go so well, and it's important for the people around him to to take stock of what's happened. But let's not forget, he's not the only bowler who got smashed. You know, pretty much everyone copped it apart from Scrimshaw. He was a cut above, I believe he was a cut above any bowler here this evening. You know, what he did was pretty incredible given the situation, given the pitch, although he was outstanding.
Yeah, I thought you're absolutely right there. We cannot praise Scrimshaw highly enough. Tom Banton, again, we had a long chat about him at the beginning, that, you know, that life hasn't particularly followed the arc that we thought it might for him after he burst onto the scene 2 or 3 years ago, but he started to show glimpses of what makes him such an enticing prospect.
Yeah, I find with Tom Banton, and there's 1 or 2 players around the domestic scene in England that I find very similar. When he reacts, I think he's a wonderful player. When he goes searching and looking for things that aren't there, because I think he's got all the shots in the book. He plays the short ball generally quite well, although there was a couple of moments early tonight that looked a little uncomfortable. But when he reacts to what's coming at him, he plays down the ground over extra cover, I think, as well as anyone, as well as any young player I've seen in England. He's got proper power, and he's able to time the ball nicely, and I think that's one of the keys for him. So I just want to see him get himself into his innings a little bit more on more occasions. Face 8-10 balls, pick up 8 or 10 singles, maybe put the odd one away, and then go from there.
I think people have also got to accept that young players, and let's not forget, they're trying to play all the shots, right? They're not just sticking to 2 or 3. They take you to heaven and hell, right? In their development, they take you to heaven and hell. They'll have a day out where everything clicks, but you have to remember that a lot of what you're seeing is quite often the first time they've experienced what they're doing, and they're going to have pitfalls along the way. So, look, he's playing at a great club, at a great surface, with good players around him. You know, he's going to have those trots, but I expect him to come out the other end in flying colours.
Yeah, wise words indeed. Who'd have thought it? Eh?
Once in my life.
No, terrific stuff. Well, I mean, what we've been left with are 2 absolutely sensational semi-finals coming up on Saturday. You've got the Roses. The Roses clash coming up, Yorkshire versus Lancashire at 10:30, the first of the 3 games, and that game is, you know, you don't need 2 other matches after that, do you? I mean, that one is fireworks all the way. And then, of course, Hampshire Hawks versus Somerset. Okay, it's not a West Country derby as such, but there is intense rivalry between Hampshire and Somerset. And then, of course, the final at 6:15 in the evening. They couldn't have, if you'd split up those quarter-finals, you couldn't have ended up with better versions of that. Obviously, my lot from Surrey will be very unhappy with me saying that, but you know, you can't beat Yorkshire Lancashire for a start.
Oh, successful franchises or successful counties as well. When you're looking at Blast, outside of Yorkshire, have only been there. This is their 3rd time. You got 2 sides going there who have been there 9 times now. So this is their 9th appearance for Hampshire and the 9th appearance for Lancashire. 6 times for Somerset. They've been to the finals day, and only the 3rd time for Yorkshire. So you've got some very storied counties as well heading along to that Blast finals day. I can't wait for it. I mean, it'll be my first finals day. I'm really looking forward to it. I've heard good things. I've heard some bad things as well. But, most of them are off the park. But I just can't wait. I mean, it's going to be a long day, a great day, and it's sort of a survival of the fittest as well, isn't it?
It certainly is, yeah, both on and off the field. I can guarantee you that. I'm going to throw you under the bus then. Yeah. Out of the 4 left, who do you fancy?
One of them. I'm gonna go Yorkshire. Yeah, I don't know, something about it. I know why that is. I know because Goffield just give me a smack if I don't.
Exactly, that's your old mate, your old Teletubby Darren Goff, isn't it? Yeah. His face at the back end.
It's hard to bet against what we've seen here tonight, mate, because this lot are pretty special.
Yeah, absolutely, they certainly are. That was one extraordinary performance, the biggest winning margin of all time in T20 cricket. Thank you very much to Robert and to Simon. We will see you again very soon, no doubt. Okay, what is coming up? We have day 4 of the DP World Tour Scottish Open. Scotty Scheffler is leading that one from 10:30 on Sky Sports Golf. Then we have tomorrow the Austrian Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is on pole position there from 12:30 on Sky Sports F1. We have Rugby Super League, St Helens versus Wigan from 4:30, and then the 3rd and final T20 International between England and India. India are 2-0 up in that one at 2 o'clock. It has been a night to remember here in Taunton, unless of course you're a Derbyshire Falcon. Thanks for joining us.
Taunton, highest run score ever